Hello to ARKS Lounge, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Oi.
Hello there.
Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Oh, wait a minute, it's a little bit loud. Okay, that should be fine. See, some people are already in the chat. How is everyone?
Yeah, hope everyone had a good Christmas as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Happy holidays and all that.
Yush. Rappy holidays.
Happy holidays. Back when we used to get Christmas keywords.
Yeah, now we just get login bonuses.
25 scratch tickets were pretty nice though.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
We also had a stream with Yui. That was nice. So far, still breathing.
Yui.
Well, I hope you'll keep breathing. Sleepy Christmas.
Yeah, it's that awkward time of year, is it, between Christmas and New Year, where you're still kind of burned out from Christmas, but you're not kind of ready to go back to work or anything, so...
Yeah.
Very lethargic.
Basically, yeah. Okay, so today we have a guest called Beryl, formerly known as Mommy Youth, formerly known as Daddy Youth.
Yeah. Ooh.
The scary Discord moderator is here.
Yes. Look, if you step out of line, I won't ban you because I can't do that anymore.
This is
They
the
have no
threat.
Look, I was too powerful. They had to take care of me.
Yeah.
Had to be nerfed.
Definitely didn't stop due to my own free will.
Definitely not.
Definitely wasn't really tired at the time.
Definitely people didn't say they should fire you even after you left.
Yeah. See, so a really funny situation because I was just burnt out from uni and that's it. Just university was getting to me.
Yeah.
So, no more moderation. Now I do some stuff here and there for like Monster Hunter and some other companies. Moderation wise still, but chill. Infinitely chiller.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that with Monster Hunter, given recent events.
Yes, I am
Without going into anything.
Yeah, I can pop up chat. Perfect.
I thought I'd be dealing with similar, but apparently not. Everyone's more chill on Discord than they are on Twitter.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's no algorithm telling people to be what's it called, hyenas to each other.
Yeah. Yeah, is that a callback to Sega's hit game Hyenas that definitely didn't get cancelled?
I actually forgot that existed.
Same.
It's always in the back of my mind because it was kind of actually pretty fun, but God, they weren't cooking.
Was that SEGA, that Hyenas?
Yeah, that was Sega. It was
Yeah.
one of their UK branches, like
Okay.
studios.
Yeah, I just didn't think it looked pleasing aesthetically.
Yeah, no. God, what's the the Kavaris era promo art or promo renders they had?
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
the green thing with like cyberpunk characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a choice.
Yeah. I get where they were going with it, but God, they both remind me of each other.
Dead Before Arrival. You know, that's a cool name for a video game.
Should make my own MMO called that.
I mean, a bit of a risky name, I would imagine, because then if it was Dead Before Arrival, you'd have a problem.
Or another name that they should probably use at some point is like end of service.
Look, what I can do is I can just perpetually keep it in beta, like Warframe, and just never release it properly.
Yeah.
The confused era. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. Recent events. Well, this is probably as recent as it can get. Happy birthday, Meryl.
Yes, it's my birthday today.
Oh, better.
By complete coincidence.
I've had such a pleasure today. Gift getting and moving house. My back definitely not hurting. No, it's been chill day otherwise.
Yeah, that's
got
nice.
some little Matoy figures on the way as well, courtesy of my parents. So
Nice.
everyone needs a bit of Matoy in their life.
True. Or Jenna.
True. Unfortunately, I have to dedicate myself to Matoy. The doll's staring right at me from behind.
You have no choice.
She's in my PC. She's behind me. I'm getting flanked over here.
Yeah, you can't betray her, otherwise she'll turn into profound darkness, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Today's headline recap is gonna be a little bit short because honestly, I just wanna talk about the roadmap.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. So let's see. We're gonna have new larger augments in about 24 hours. It feels like. As well as EXA special augments, which I hope they plan to release the next tier of EX augments next month, because it's kind of shitty that this EXA capsule is stronger than the current ones.
I'll eat my words on it if it doesn't happen, but we should be due another one. I think there was a 10-month gap between the previous one.
Yeah.
We're coming up to that when Nameless 2 drops.
Yeah. Neon City, it's called.
Yeah. So hopefully we get EX Freeze. Because God help us.
Yes, hopefully. It'll still be a little bit shitty because at that point the new augments reduce RNG, which also means that perfect combos are less worth it. And they already have a pretty short lifespan in terms of market viability.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'll feel about that, but who knows? Maybe
I'm still not really a fan of the whole EXA augment thing. I just don't like the idea of them being in AC. The years augments, I'm still not a big fan of AC augments in general, but I'm at a point now where I kind of feel like I almost need them to stay relevant with my builds.
Yeah.
So I don't like it, but I may have to pull on it, unfortunately, which I really don't like doing.
Yeah. I will say, anyone who's planning on even using an EX8 augment, wait until February, just in case we get EX Freeze, otherwise you were just wasting that augment.
Yeah.
Unless it's like super cheap, then it's like, why not?
Yeah. If they end up being super cheap, you might as well, but if not, wait.
Yeah.
Or sell it and make loads of money.
That too. I think the only good thing about them is that they're potentially taking away rates from the substitutes that nobody would use.
Yeah.
Like, the only benefit, at least.
Limit break plus 50 substitutes, like, awesome.
Yeah, we definitely need them. It's not like stuff drops that Don't we have plus 41 still, which like don't even make sense in the modern gearing age because everything drops to 40.
I was going to say, because they're still in the scratches, but there is literally no point for them now, is there? Because everything drops at least 50 or 60 anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're basically...
What are you doing, SEGA?
technically, if you want to do rank 1 Alio sectors, then they could drop like a 20 limit weapon, but no one's doing that.
Yeah. They're basically just recycle badges at this point. It's like, great, I scratch 10 recycle badges right now for the free AC scratch, so... like, awesome. Let's see. Less garbage EX augments would be cool too. Honestly, how many garbage EX augments do we have outside like the obvious ones like the boss damage reduction and non-boss damage reduction?
I think there's like 3 that I would really call useless. And one of them is that one where you get knocked back and it just lets you do a step counter if that happens.
Yeah.
Like, that one's just bad.
Yeah, EX augments that prevents knockback would be better, honestly.
Yeah.
What about the one that extends Tri-Shield? Because obviously that requires you to have Tri-Shield to even use it, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if it's actually good enough, but...
It's useful if you have Tri-Shield, but if you don't, no.
Also, it boosts like HP recovery, I think, and something else as well. So it's like not completely useless.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Tech Arts PP Preserve could also be like considered garbage because outside of Fighter, who wants to Tech Arts these days anyway?
Yeah. You know, there's not that many bad ones, thankfully, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of combos that are just ruined by that.
Interesting. Yeah, also I don't think we're gonna get a third EX paid augment, except for like the EXA temporary buffs, because we're not gonna get more we're not gonna get more augment slots, so that's probably what's gonna stop the devs from making more paid augments.
Yeah.
Still sucks that we have
think-
2, though.
The only thing I thought of is, with it being called EXA, could that then set them up for EXB and EXC later down the line? Maybe it allows you to stack in EXA, a B, and a C later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so that's one possibility I thought of, but whether they do it or not, I don't know.
See, I see them either doing it that way, or if they really do make like EX4s a thing as well eventually, then we just get EXB to be of the same tier as that, and then C to be the same tier as the one beyond that. It's a weird thing anyway. Like,
Yeah.
shouldn't have to think about it, but it's just weird to think about.
Yeah. Tri-Shield Follow also gives damage resistance, so yeah. It's basically like if Tri-Shield isn't enough to prevent you from dying in hard content, Tri-Shield Follow is like trying to double down on it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it does require you to have Tri-Shield in the first place for it to do anything, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, you get the damage
Well, for the
reduction
main-
and
Yeah.
HP recovery anyway, I think. I haven't tried, but
Yeah.
I assume it works.
Slow descent into 8 EX augmented weapons.
Oh,
So
God.
true.
Yeah, it'll be like
Look,
in PSO2, where the weapon has like 5 special augments on it and only 3 like regular
Yeah.
augments.
See, I have to be
Please no.
thankful of skill rings, because like in a way, skill rings have stopped us from having like 5 EX augments on a weapon.
Yeah.
Because they kind of just offloaded them onto skill rings. I love my patient and patient follow so much. I'm so glad they're not on my weapon.
I also like how the skill rings like enhance certain combos.
Yeah.
Because like you would think that the HP keep and the swish amp are best by default, but like some of them are like pretty good if you use turnover on stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. It's like a good combo if you want to use like turnover with risky stance and end your PB gains for like the really good PB game. Is patient amp and swish follow, and that maintains turnover and risky stance.
Yeah.
So it's a very nice combo.
I feel like with some of these rings, people are sleeping on them, which is kind of a shame. Especially the patient ones, because like if you're using like maintain balance, for example, I feel like patient ones are like a no-brainer, but they're like 600k right now on ship 2. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they are really cheap. I feel this is definitely as a result as well of Luther as of late, because I'm not sure it's just me, but it feels like he drops rings way more often than anything else, even without like red drop rate. I've gotten an obscene amount over the course of his edition, and it's only been half a month.
I've had a few as well, and I've only done them a few times, so I would probably agree with that.
I've had 2 instances where it just drops 2 rings, and it's like, oh yeah, sure, cool. I'll go on with my day. Nothing happened.
I only got 1 double ring drop so far. But it's always scary to see. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
I guess I blew all my red drop rate before the end of the year.
Don't worry, it'll reset when it maxes next year.
Yeah. Let's see. Next,
I need all the luck I can get.
Next month we'll also have Alter Realm Quaris Combat Sector.
Yes.
It'll be in Gorge, which I'm a little bit disappointed by, honestly, because we already have content in Gorge. So that's a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
Do we know? Because I didn't say this. Did we? No, does it still have the environmental effects as Gorge does, or has that been gotten rid of?
I assume not.
Oh, that doesn't exist.
Okay.
So it doesn't seem to have the torches in, and
yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't remove it when they went, like, they put us back in the Gorge, because originally Steer was meant to have heat resist. Like, we were meant to have that for like exploring parts of Steer, but they removed it due to the feedback from the Kavaris stuff.
It was weird, that wasn't it? Because when they put all the torches in the Gorge, it trivialized the damage so much anyway from the cold.
Yeah.
They may as well just not had it.
Yeah. Those torches also made a really funny bug where if you had the torch buff and you left the area, it would just crash not only you, but several other people who were in Gorge. Was
Jesus.
Definitely a time.
Yeah, and what I find crazy about those torches is that originally they didn't even plan to release any torches in Gorge when they were redoing. Like, the designer for it talked about it in P-Spec, and I'm like, what do you mean those weren't planned originally? This is like the update-defining feature, what the fuck?
Such a weird thing to have, but it was a fun addition. I mean, Fire
to me like they were
just follow-up was good.
It kind of felt like to me they were just like leaning into Monster Hunter with like the cool drinks and the hot drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny to think about. If they had the heat resistance in Steer, we would have to worry about that in Mediola when we were grinding that. When they updated that. That would have actually been pretty awful.
Unless the Hindra lilies were originally also acting as a Kool-Aid or something.
Yeah. Which they probably would have, because they do stop, like, the lava damage, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Just pretty fun. I like the multiple lilies that we have in the game, though. Interesting. I do wish they'd utilize some more of like the older mechanics, like torches and LTQs and stuff here and there. But
well, people just ignore them anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, people ignore the puzzles in the current one, and they're not exactly that hard.
Yeah, the puzzles of stay still on this button for a second. Okay, let's see. We're also gonna get an Fortra upgrade to Belfast armor, which they confirmed will give 8% potency, which is good to know after the last tier of armor where they didn't upgrade the potency and it felt like you're wasting your time. Awesome.
Yeah.
Also, it's a little bit weird because like they keep doing different things with the armor upgrade. Like first it was just like a pick which stat distribution we want. Okay. Then it was okay, we'll have an armor that has all HP and 0 PP. Well, it has negative PP even.
Yeah.
And now we have an armor where it's like, oh, this has no HP but a lot of PP.
Yeah. If I had to pick a favorite, it definitely was the revival of purple armor with Eskel Lee's, because it was just pretty interesting dropping PP given how little PP kind of matters at the moment. So it was nice to see us like be able to just tone down our PP if we wanted and just go get like bulkier.
Yeah. Especially with like how many effects we have right now to benefit from being bulkier.
It's unfortunate though, because like Kroger and Eskel, I still don't understand. Well, I mean, I understand why they did it, but they did not have a long lifespan.
No.
At all. Meanwhile, Fortus is going to have, I think, about 12 months if you invested in it on release, so it's a pretty good one to pick up, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the process at the minute of upgrading armor, so I've kind of just skipped program, just going to Fortune instead.
Like, if you get it now, then I'm pretty sure it's a good 10-month minimum to have those units.
Yeah, I don't know why we're speedrunning the gear so much, why the 13-star tier was so short.
Yeah. I have a rough, like, idea and assumption with that, and it's kind of like when we accelerated gear in moments of PSO2, like earlier on. It feels like they just want to get out of the way so that they can kind of make a later tier last longer. Especially as 15 stars are next year, so like it really doesn't surprise me now that we know that.
Yeah, but
it just feels strange to me, like speedrunning to these really high star ratings and just continually adding them. I would have preferred them just like stay at say 12 or 13 star and just spread them out much further.
Yeah.
It just feels weird to have gone through them so quickly.
But for the weapons, I understand, but the units is weird to me because we capped out at 13 stars in PSO2.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense that we're pushing 15 stars for NGS, but yeah, if it works, it works, I guess.
I guess the idea is that people get confused why units of lower rarity are as rare as weapons of higher rarity.
Yeah.
And why there's no parity between them. Which, to me, was weird when I first started PSO2. I guess they're trying to backtrack that a little bit. Because I know this is like a franchise tradition that units only cap at 12 or 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, wouldn't it have made more sense, if you're going to balance them out, wouldn't it have made more sense to just not add the 14-star weapons and just have 13-star weapons and 13-star units?
True.
Yeah. Like, it very much would have been that.
We've unbalanced it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that's kind of like one of the options, though, and they just went with the much easy one. If they accelerate it, then they can just get 15-star quicker, and you can just have side grades galore, which is kind of what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
So for the Fortune upgrade, then, is that still 13-star?
14. That's
14.
That goes to 14, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess they are balancing it out then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. But whatever 14-star gear you have will last 10 months. Realistically, it will last a year because you're not going to upgrade to 15 stars immediately.
Yeah.
Unless you have like legendary an L4 weapon or L5. Because I'm just assuming that we'll be able to upgrade those to 15-star tip or on par with 15 stars.
Yeah.
When it comes around to it, like we have with the previous ones.
Yeah, another thing that like confused me is when the game launched, we only went up to 4-star rarity, and I assumed their idea was that they're gonna release the newer rarities a little bit slower. We're not gonna, because PSO2 basically at launch you had 9-star the highest, and then Darkfalls came out and you had 10-star.
Yeah.
So basically, like 1 to 8-star rarity weapons barely mattered.
Yeah, and then they like really stretched out 12 stars and 13 stars and 14 stars.
Yeah. So
But I think they're definitely going for a more balanced approach between them.
Like, same thing when Quaris update came out. Like, 6 stars might as well not existed.
Yeah. I got my first rugged weapon before I even saw a satchel, and I think the first one of those I saw was in Stia. Took me ages to even get a 6-star to drop. That wasn't rocks.
And then by the time it did drop, it was useless.
Yeah. Until like a couple months later when, oh look, new potential level, now it's just the best thing for mobbing. Until I think it got outclassed around 12-star and then fully just outclassed by 13-star, so
yeah.
if you're still using Setch Tool, don't. It's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah. As well,
that's a good point in chat, actually. Someone's saying, I guess for the weapons, they're doing the legendary ratings as well, so they can kind of pivot off into that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also something I mentioned in a previous episode, like, how is a new player supposed to know that, like, Legend 3 is comparable with 14-star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no indication, is there, that they're kind of comparable?
Yeah. It's like the same issue again, basically.
Yeah.
Realistically, they should have just like added L1 to 10 at the end of 13, 14, and 15 stars, and that should tell them. But no, it just got a new rarity entirely.
Yeah. So
I do like when a legendary weapon drops, though. It looks very nice. The purple and the noise with it.
So Rex in chat says that maybe they wanna rush to 15-star because they wanna do new type weapons. And that's something I thought about before as well. But here's the thing, I don't know what they would do. Other than have a different grinding system that isn't pain.
Go back to the PSU grinding system.
Yeah, let me just ruin my weapon, please, and then pay AC to fix it. It is time to go fully mask off.
Like, you like that 15-star weapon you just got? You're gonna lose it.
That grind cap got reduced to 40 instead of 50. Wow. Gotta pay. Buddies, I implore you, don't look into the PSU grinding system. It will extend your life not doing that.
You will get second-hand PTSD reading about it if you weren't there.
Yeah. Really was not good. And I played PSU a lot.
Yeah, just like Maple Story. Back when Maple Story was good. Okay, let's see. Okay, the last important thing on the roadmap is that, not roadmap, on the headline, is that Rena Luthor is gonna have quest triggers in the Meseta treasure shop until February 4th. So, no more FOMO, buy quest triggers and play whenever you want.
I do kind of want to try soloing them at some point just to see what it's like.
Maybe they can remove access for the new type weapons, and instead it has another system that isn't so RNG. This is fantasy stuff, so it's probably going to be RNG.
Yeah, we love RNG in Phantasy Star, for better or for worse.
Look, we'll get elements introduced onto a weapon series. Just ignore how it fundamentally doesn't work. But
yeah.
If you want your 15% damage increase, you're gonna have to work for it.
So what we're saying is just bring back everything from PSU.
Yeah.
Yep. Look, whilst we're at it, we'll bring back Guardian cash quests.
Yeah. It's 20th anniversary next year, isn't it? So it's perfect time for it.
Look, if you want the new PSU weapon series, you gotta pay Guardian cash. Just add a new currency.
Hit percentages back. Yeah.
Percent. Yeah, I think I would cry if my Photon Blast, actually missed.
Yeah, so here's the thing. We're gonna remove damage variance, but hit percentages back.
You're just missing everything.
Yeah.
Fun fact as well, damage variance. We're about to be able to hit 100% with, really good potency next month.
Nice.
So, from here on out, shouldn't be that much of an issue outside of crit rate, but I guess that's the next bridge to cross.
Yeah. Maybe that's gonna be the next thing. They're gonna do, weapons with upgradable crit rate or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So, next up is roadmap, finally. I should know. So, let's see. I'm gonna scroll a little bit further. So, February to March is basically stuff we already saw in the previous roadmap, which is the Neon City update, which apparently differs from Nameless City. But from the teaser we saw last month, it still has the 15-minute timer, so I wonder, outside of the gambling features, how it's gonna differ.
Look, you'll roll for your red boxes and you will like it.
Yeah, sometimes... Oh, maybe that's gonna be you pay the Rappy to spin, and sometimes you get a blue box, sometimes you get a green box.
Yeah. I'm interested in it. I very much am interested in it. I like how it's only one sector. I know this is a bit of an unpopular opinion in some circles, but it being a single sector is very nice because current Nameless has this big issue with trials and being between two sectors where you can just miss out on trials, and
yeah,
it becomes an issue, especially when they did the Great Rappy grinding a year ago. That was, being completely real, really awful. Being across two sectors, they would die very quickly. You just wouldn't have enough time to get them.
Especially since for some reason you just don't get trial notifications if you're in a different sector.
Yeah,
that's so silly.
Yeah. It's basically just due to how the game works with them technically being two different sectors. Nameless overall is just really weird in how it functions. But seeing it be one sector, which hopefully it'll rotate daily between the other two as well, it'll be nice. Definitely more coherent.
Yeah.
There's one thing that really irrationally annoys me about Nameless City, and it's that you can't go into your the party menu and cancel the quest from there, but you can do it through the main menu quest menu.
Yeah.
Why is that a thing? If you let me go back to the city anyway, just let me cancel the quest.
Who knows, honestly.
Yeah. And they also said there's going to be new enemies, which we already know is going to be Dragon X. And regarding Dragon X, I have a theory that I hope this update will confirm or disprove. But I'm gonna talk about it later when we get to the next section. Oh yeah, and there's also going to be 2 limited time urgent quests, which probably is going to be Solus or Dalian returning for limited time.
Yep, another way to watch many people die all at once.
Yes.
Love hopping in pugs and just seeing red markers everywhere.
Yosh.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. If it's Malignant Dalian and Malignant Solus, I'm cool with that. So I do like those fights.
Probably will be.
But if it's Slow Solus, no.
Slowless.
Yeah, Slowless.
and Dalian 911 because I'm dying from boredom.
Oh god. Launch Dalian was really funny. And now, like, I really like Malignant Dalian as a fight. Yeah,
same.
Like, it just feels nice. I get some people don't like the armament section, but personally I like it. It becomes a raw skill check instead. Like, do you know how to respond to this? You're on, like, the same field with everyone else. I get, like, there's not really skill expression through classes that in that, but there's plenty of opportunity to express that before that section.
Yeah, it's like, do you know where you're meant to be for this attack? Do you know how to dodge this? Do you know what you should be doing? And it's amazing how people don't.
Yeah.
Also, because it was brought up in the chat, Slayer was technically never announced for February. You gotta keep in mind that these roadmap sections that say October onwards don't mean strictly October. It means that what is shown in that last bit on the roadmap can also be like in December, for all we know.
Yeah. Like, generally speaking, what's in there is within the following 4 months, sometimes 6 months, but typically 4 months. So it's not exactly much of an issue with delaying it.
It does suck for Slayers because they really needed the update, I feel like. Especially now that we can reach 100% potency floor. They really need that little pick-me-up. I do wonder what new skill they're gonna give Slayer, though.
Yeah. I know a friend who is definitely not wanting it to be something that makes Slugshot useful because they do not like using Slugshot. And personally, I agree with them. I think Slugshot's very clunky in how it functions. So, hopefully it's something else.
Yeah, if anything, I would imagine the changes themselves will try to fix Slugshot somehow.
Yeah.
But the new skill, I would imagine it would probably be something that boosts their personal DPS or something that improves party DPS. Because that seems to be the theme with most of these.
Use an overdrive, everyone gets like 10-20% crit rate.
Yeah.
Which, I wouldn't complain about that. That's free crit rate for me.
Yeah. And there's like an actual reason to have a Slayer in party, other than damage.
Yeah. And Slayers also get like the crit rate too for themselves, so more opportunity for big damage.
Unless it's like Gunner and they just don't get their own buff.
Yeah. Gunner doesn't need it anyway. We keep our PP like very well.
Nah, Gunner's fun. I enjoy Gunner now.
Yeah.
Gunner is really fun.
Also, Gunner
Gunner
is very strong apparently, because like the sub 4 minute clear of Luthor has like 6 Gunners. It feels like.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, Gunner is real. Like, it's a good class by itself, but because of how long range advantage just is a thing, it becomes utterly deranged in multiplayer scenarios because you have long-range advantage, blight rounds, and just any other buff you can think of.
Yeah.
Like, Gunner has always been a class, ever since its like update, where it just does really well in multiplayer scenarios, and I think that's what I like with it currently. It's very OP under the right circumstances. And I do like its jank with being able to use chain trigger finisher and then use a sky charger or whatever to just deal obscene damage.
Yeah.
It definitely adds charm and skill expression to the class that I just really enjoy.
Or
So I tend to hop between that and Force.
Or what we had with the ARKS records in summer, where suddenly Gunner has a reason to use the ice element TMGs because they instantly elemented down a guy.
Yeah, because how they changed the chain trigger finisher.
Yeah.
Your physical down and subsequently element down actually scales properly with it, so Gunner can actually deal downs by itself now.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so
yeah, I'm looking forward to see what to do with Slayer though. I haven't really played Slayer much since it launched, honestly, because I just didn't really enjoy the class that much. So I am interested to see what they do with it.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna play it a lot because I fundamentally don't like the stay move PA system they have. But it'll be interesting to see how they improve the class.
Yeah. Personally, I'm more looking forward to the tech arts customizations.
Same,
because
honestly.
as a Force main, all the cool stuff with techniques is just behind that, and it can be pretty impactful at times. And all we have left is Gizond, Gizan, and Gaimejid, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I cannot
Jimejid.
pronounce it from the yeah.
See,
So hopefully those are pretty nice.
See, for me as Tector, it's like interesting because Jimejid and Gizond are basically already perfect for me as a Tector anyway.
Yeah.
It's only Gizan where I'm like, yeah, this could use a pick-me-up. So it's not doing anything for me right now.
One thing I'm hoping for, that one in particular, is I really want parry on Gizan, so it lets me just keep, like, stacking up blots over and over again to just like chain big damage with counters. It would be really nice. Because Wind isn't known for being strong, and being forced to use it in Luther as well, it's like really telling.
Yeah.
Every time I have to use Wind when I use Force, I just think, oh no.
Yeah. Like, I enjoy the loop of having to, like, put a block down, then pop it, and so on and so forth, and getting, like, the chains of just your element bullet, putting down a blot, and then popping it, like, 3 in a row or 2 in a row or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's far too weak, even considering that.
Yeah.
So I would like to see.
If it had a parry mechanic, that would probably give a lot of momentum. Because you would then be spamming the charge version back to back. Which, it's pretty strong.
Can we also get some more Force buffs, please? Because we desperately need it. God. Just a personal gripe of mine.
I feel like that's going to be always to be an issue with classes that rely on downs for their damage.
Yeah.
It's like fights where you have tons of downs, it's like perfect. You're rolling over the enemies. But like with Luther, like once the clock is broken, it's like, oh great, no downs anymore.
Yeah. Like you get your downs and then done. No more.
Yeah. Had your fun.
So, yeah. But it's nice at the very least, because whilst everyone's focusing arms, Force, reasonably speaking, should focus on the clock, regardless. Because it's just free uptime, so you might as well.
That's how I've been playing as a Tector lately. I'm just swapping to Talus, using the Type 2 customization to get the double down, and just attack the clock It also helps when people like ignore the first few openings of the clock and go attack arms.
Yeah,
Because he's not
then you
moving
get,
when
like,
the clock's
more-
open. And otherwise he's just flailing his arms around like a child.
yeah. Also, with how the clock works, is that if you damage it too much, it breaks early. So if you get it into an element down, no one attacks it but you. Luthor just gets stunned, and then you can then element down him again, and then he'll get stunned again, and then so on and so forth until
Yeah.
the clock is finally quote unquote broken. So it's very good for just stun locking the dude.
Yeah.
So, buddies, if you ever see him elemented down and his arms are still like up, attack his arms. Don't attack the
Yeah.
clock if he's downed.
Okay.
Also, don't attack the beak until later.
Yeah, save that beak. We want that
Please.
DPS tech skip.
Unless you're like in one of those hyper-optimized parties, then sure, go ham on the beak. Because that was
Yeah,
what...
if you can kill it in 4 minutes, then sure.
Yeah, that's what like blew my mind when I was watching the 4-minute clear. It's like, oh, so you guys go for the beak early and then go ham during a break. Okay, yeah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah. I've been part of a few like really quick clears, and it's so interesting to see how we all do it at like a higher end versus everyone doing it at like the just average. Like, there's a wide gap between us all.
I would like to
20
know.
minute hug with no ranger.
I would like to know how certain peoples are managing to have the fight last 50 minutes. Because that was something I saw on launch day of Luthor. Like a 50-minute fight. I'm like, how? Even the
I
worst.
still get that in bugs.
Even
It's insane.
Even with the worst pugs I've ever seen, it's like with one guy just trolling, spamming chat, and placing portable holograms everywhere. Even that took 18 minutes at most.
God.
My worst is 20 so far, so
Oh god.
I
even
don't
get
know what the
me
other people were
started.
doing. I'm assuming they were
I-
just having a chat somewhere because they certainly weren't fighting Luthor.
The worst I've had was 27 minutes.
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
And there were 3 hunters that were very much just spamming normal attack, and I could see it, and it was just taking my everything to just like stick it out and just hope that we cleared for me to just get another run in. Because, dear God, it took a while. Remember, you have photon arts. You can use them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
No one will stop you.
That's also a nice change that they did, is that Luthor does not gain elemental resistance with each down, which was a case
Yeah.
for him in PSO2, where if you don't break the clock in 3 elemental status conditions, it's basically unbreakable at that point.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so in NGS, is that mechanic completely gone then? Because I've never had it where the clock's managed to close a third time, so I don't know.
Well, you can close it the third time, but how do I explain it? In NGS, elemental downs, every time you trigger one, the value required to cause the next elemental down gets multiplied by 1.75. So let's say
Okay.
you have Dark Falls, he needs 1,000 elemental down to get downed. You cause the down, and the next down after that takes 1,750. And then the next one after that takes like, I would say almost 3,000 at that point. And it keeps snowballing like that. So virtually speaking, the cap is free because no fight will last long enough to get a 4th down.
Yeah.
But Luthor doesn't have that mechanic. The first down takes 1,000, the second down takes 1,000, the third down takes 1,000. If the fight goes on for 20 minutes and you never break the clock, technically speaking, you could have like 20 downs or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So the clock never closes up and seals shut like it used to in PSO2?
No.
Okay.
You can just very much keep elemental downing it, though. Reasonably speaking, if you're still attacking the clock and everyone's still attacking like the beak or the arms or whatever, you'll break it about by your third or fourth down,
Yeah.
as
Okay.
long as you're still personally attacking it, because it's not got that much HP.
Yeah, even the beak only
Because
has like
it seems fairly easy to
6%.
break.
Yeah.
And also the clock has a 1.2 or 1.5 damage multiplier, I don't remember.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Could check it real quick.
I bet
think
they're saving
it's,
that for Malignant Luther.
I think I have it on hand, actually. It is...
Yeah, no, open clock is 1.5 damage multiplier, so it's the same as neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be fairly easy to break it, even if you're not trying, honestly.
Yeah, Rex's chat saying that he also has a physical down.
Yeah.
You know, like, in case no one has abilities to do
Yeah.
elemental downs, which I think is fair for NGS because there's only a couple of classes that can do that unless
Yeah.
you've got an elemental weapon.
Yeah, also you're very much forced in this, like, game to just go for the clock as well in general.
Yeah.
Like, you could technically still attack the beak, but, like, in PSO2 and just ignore the clock, but in NGS it's more pivotal that you get the clock. It's a similar fight, but it's still handled, like, differently enough. Which is what I like about it. Lufa's interesting.
Yeah.
I honestly prefer the NGS fight.
Being completely real, true, like, it's just a very good fight. I didn't really, like, I didn't enjoy the original fight way back when. It was really, like, it was the first Dark Falls fight that had mechanics, quote-unquote. But I just didn't really vibe with it. Like, I understood what needed to be done, but it just felt, like, kind of clunky. Omega Lufa, it was definitely better, especially because we had, like, Hero, and then eventually, when the Ultra Hard version dropped, we had all the other Scion classes and quality of life, so it did feel better, but it still had that, like, kind of... I like to call it, like, PSO2 grime. It's not really, like, a bad thing, but it's kind of just, like... It's scuffed, in a way. It feels good. Well, it's good to play, but it doesn't feel, like, overly good to play. G was in chat. Don't worry, G-Wiz, I'll give you the code in advance.
Hi, Jewers.
The Rappy Fritter code, that is definitely real.
Yeah. 5 Rappy
Yeah.
fritters, true and real.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we definitely have codes.
Yeah.
Yeah, NGS's Ruin Lufa fight is a big step above it, and I really do like the end bit where you have the remixed version. Well, I say remixed version of the whole new world, but like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I say that as someone who has very much grown numb to the whole new world playing. I really don't like it playing in PSO2, but I seem to be the one with the hot take in that regard.
Honestly,
It's my favorite boss in PS2, so...
the only thing I personally miss from the previous versions of Luthor is the Omegan lyrics from the Omegan version. Like, that was peak. But that's like such a tiny footnote on the...
Yeah.
Everything else is just
Like,
better, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Let's be
do
real,
like...
I mean, the Luthor fight's a banger anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like the Omega Lufa OST because it just was really good in that regard.
Yeah.
Like, with that. Same with Apprentice as well. Omega Apprentice's OST, really good.
Yeah.
Awful fight, really good.
Saying like PSO2 Luthor is the weaker one is like saying you're the weakest power lifter in the world. Like, you're still stronger than 99% of the human race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's get to the April section on the roadmap finally. So, new story finally is going to happen. They didn't say
It's
it,
happening.
but they didn't say it outright. But this is basically like episode 2 of the story.
Yeah.
And Hamasaki-san did mention that starting April they plan to release a new chapter every 4 months, which blew me away. Like, what? I thought we would have to wait like 2 years for a chapter. What happened?
Yeah. See, I have a personal theory on this. Like, NGS's development if anyone's ever looked into NGS's development, it is completely and utterly botched. Like, I love this game, but good lord, the development of it was not kind. So ever since they had to basically rewrite the story around chapter 5, because they mentioned that prior, my best guess is they've kind of just been cooking this for a bit, because it's not easy to make a new story out of nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. Like, it's easy to go, oh yeah, no, just make a new story, but it's not going to happen within a year. We'll get, like, more interim stuff, but it's not going to be anything grandiose. It's not going to be anything with real, proper substance. It's just going to be more of, like, going through the motions. If you're trying to, like, push the story along without, more time behind it. So, it taking this long to get a more, what's the best word? I guess a more directioned story with actual direction, is pretty nice. But we'll see the contents of it when it comes to it. But given that the plan is to release a new chapter every 4 months, it's pretty good.
Yeah. It's also because, like, I remember back when we had the 6-month schedule for story chapters that I said if they, like, sped it up to 4 months, we'll probably feel better.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll have to see if what I said is gonna pan out.
Yeah, especially now, as they don't have to worry about introducing new areas with the story. They can just make the story, which is really nice that they introduced Alter Realm stuff this year, so they've just got all the new stuff that they can use for the story, which they're going from the get-go, because the new character who's allegedly the heroine of the new story.
Allegedly. The jury's still
allegedly.
out on that.
Yeah. Like, he wasn't too solid on it, unfortunately. Matoi adjacent critter, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see where that lands, especially with them seemingly coming from, like, Alter Realm itself, which lots of theories to be had around, like, that now. Yeah.
And
there was something else that happened as well, which I don't know if we're going into now, but a certain other character.
Yeah, I was about to start talking about it. So we also got a teaser for the story, where we basically had a audio drama reading of the next story chapter. And there was a mystery man in the trailer, who people on JP suspect to be Crawford, because the voice actor sounds very similar to Crawford. Personally, I think it might be the person related to the theory I mentioned before, because me and Homika have been theorizing about the story a lot in the past year, and there are some plot threads in PSO2 that were not really tied up, / they were implied, and then the time skip happens to NGS, and what should be there isn't there. So that put a lot of questions into our mind, and I personally believe it might be Xiao and not Crawford. Because, well, first off, Japanese voice actor for Xiao sounds almost exactly like Crawford, so there's that. And he's like the only character who realistically could survive 1,000 years. And during the events of episode 6, he fuses himself with that Dragonkin god from corrupted Amduskia, and I think that there's probably some consequences to that.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. He was just lamenting that the story was over after we beat Sodam. I'm sure he doesn't know what's gonna happen 1,000 years in the future.
Of course not. 1,000 years has never had any relevance in this franchise.
No,
ever.
No, not at all.
1,000 years is just a number. We had to kill off all the old characters. Here's new characters. Deal with it.
And another thing that we were like thinking about, because like Dragonkin are suspiciously underrepresented in the former category of enemies, and they were supposed to have like an alliance with ARKS after episode 6, but like where are they? And now we know in February we're gonna get Dragon X as a new boss, and if they introduce him as a ruiner, that's gonna be like whatever. But if they introduce him as an informer or as a starless enemy, that'll have major story implications.
Yeah. Because I think the only Dragonkin we've got so far is the only one Quartz Dragon. Or
Basically.
Quartz Scourgeon, or whatever it's called in NGS. Yeah.
Of the dragons that are like speaking in the previous game, basically just Quartz Golden, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's another few parallels with Dragonkin and Starless that are a little bit sussy. Like, Dragonkin could also like walk from vessel to vessel and stay alive, just like Vile. And Vile is also like dragon shaped. So there's a few questions. And also, like, when we defeat Vile and you played the PSO2 story, you get a flashback to your harem from PSO2. But you also get Kuna, which doesn't make sense because she isn't part of the harem officially.
Yeah, she's just like another girl.
Yeah.
It's like the others.
But she is important to the Dragonkin story, so I feel like maybe that's a hint. Or maybe I'm just seeing things. I haven't taken my pills yet.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out overall, though. Personally speaking, like, my theory with a few friends has just been that, like, Ultra Realm is just a alternate universe alpha, and we're kind of just going to see our parallels within the upcoming story. But if that ends up being the case, it is just incredibly funny to me how these people noticed that our like Alpha ARKS came into Ultra Realm, were just tearing stuff up, and just without question assumed that we were somehow a threat. To be fair though, if your like sought after enemy is just being completely ripped and teared through by John PSO2 over there with a greatsword, like done. I think I would like try and kill them too, because they might be a threat. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting regardless how it plays out, I feel. But do hope that some personal theories in that.
Yeah.
Can I just say as well, on the subject of story, I think it's been really nice lately that we've had some of the like urgents and everything that have also had little story bits on them as well, like with the Luther fight.
Yeah.
I just appreciate that little touch. I know a lot of people probably didn't even notice it, but there is story in that quest.
Yeah.
There's been story in a few as well. Like we had those earlier limited time urgent quests before Ultra Realm was added, and those are canon to people who don't know. Those are events that happened before the Ultra Realm came, which is interesting.
Yeah. Which also was something that we talked about before. Like, I feel like a lot of people would feel a little bit more connected to the game if every quest had a little bit of story attached to it, even if it's like inconsequential, like the story we had in the Gal Griffin fight, where Aina, Menon, and Dozer are helping you out. I feel like that adds charm and heart to the game a little bit.
Yeah,
tiny bit.
This is something I've liked about NGS more so over the course of it. I'm more of a world building person. I really could not care less about a story, but that kind of stuff is really good for world building, and I really enjoy it when I do that. It's why I prefer mini episodes and like side stories over just the grand narrative, because it's really nice for rounding stuff off in a more natural way, instead of just going, here's the bad guy, here's the side content, and then just dealing with that all as is. It's nicer to me to just have the side stuff and focus on that. So I've kind of liked that this year, but seeing that we'll soon get like more actual story is also nice. Though this story coming up, I feel is definitely going to be more world building, opposed to like a more grand narrative. I feel whatever the narrative is, it will just result in kill the bad guy.
Yeah.
But I feel we'll get a lot of like world building out of it, which will be fun.
Yeah. Because I feel like as much as I liked chapter 5 through 7, a lot of it was basically just picking up the broken pieces of glass that were chapter 1 through 4 and trying to make something out of it. And this new story will probably be a clean slate with all our feedback taken into account. And yeah. It's like originally they were surprised we cared about the story so much, which was a little bit disheartening to read.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like the series started with JRPGs or anything, you know, that were like story heavy, you know.
I do understand where they were coming from though, because God, going through JP originally did not care much for the story until Global came out. Yeah. I didn't play with the patch or anything, mind you. I just played with a jerry-rigged version that worked of PSO2.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, also it's a little bit hard to care about story when you want to do story and you get told like, oh, hunt for this rare weapon to unlock the next cutscene.
Yeah, God. Metaboard and Divergent Matrix, never come back, please.
Or if you're gonna come back, then maybe be a little bit more fair.
Yeah.
Be less based around RNG and more around effort.
Yeah. And then when I finally did experience PSO2 story properly through like Global, I didn't really feel too attached to it because it's definitely going for like the more grand narrative approach. It's not well put together. I can see the charm in it. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I do like several characters from it though, but I guess that's the benefit to PSO2's story. It may not be the best like put together thing, but there are characters in it and you can get what you want from those characters with the scenes they have. So, and that's kind of just it. It's got decent world building.
Yeah, there are definitely characters in this story.
There are definitely characters.
Yeah.
It points at Matoy and Hitsugi and Zero.
Oh, yeah, another thing is like, we assume some of those limited urgent time quests are probably like Dark Falls is returning, but it could also just be like these area-wide Crimson Realms, which I think is going to be the case with the limited Alter Realm combat sector. I believe it's going to be in Elio, and whatever is going to happen in the story, it's probably the reason why it's limited time is that we're gonna, like, I don't know, maybe defeat whatever it's causing it or whatever.
Yeah.
It feels like it's probably tied to the story as well.
Yeah, I do want to say one thing in relation to the comment that story equals more content. There's a magical book called P-Spec.
Yeah.
The developers admitted in this, and this is how they do stuff. They create the content first and then tie story to it later. And this has kind of always been the case for PSO2. Story doesn't exist to drive content in the same way it would like Final Fantasy XIV, where the raids are kind of like an extension of the story. It's very much a PSO2 and NGS thing, where it's like, here's the content, doesn't have story tied to it necessarily, but if we want it to, we'll make an excuse for it later. It's
that
very
explains so
different
much
way of doing it. Yeah. Like that's very much how they've done things just overall. And honestly, I'm going to just guess they've been doing this as far back as PSO as well. I feel like they created the game and then tied the story on secondary to that as well.
Oh yeah, I mean PSO was just about getting people online, realistically.
Yeah.
Everything else was kind of tied to it, but I think obviously the main goal of PSO was just to, hey, here's an RPG you can play online.
Yeah.
Yeah. The chat room with a decent RPG attached to it.
Yeah.
Oh, PSO is a fun time.
Yeah, and I mentioned that in your 20th anniversary video, but like when I first played PSO, I wasn't even aware there was a story. Because like the person who got me into the game was like, oh yeah, ignore that, just come into the forest with me.
Yeah, like you can very much just ignore the story in PSO, and that's similar to later PSO2 where they stopped having the story be like the story was never mandatory in PSO2, but it kind of was to like access some fields. But those very quickly stopped mattering around like late episode 2, episode 3 time.
Yeah.
I don't mind it when they do that because I think, particularly with like something like PSO1, it means that if you just want to go in and run through forest with your friends or go and hunt something, you can. If you then want to learn the story, it's there for you to find.
Yeah, that's why I really enjoy the older Monster Hunter games and Monster Hunter Rise, because I can just go in the hub quests with my friends and just rip and tear without being impeded by anything. It's just really fun to just do what you want instead of doing what the game wants you to do.
Yeah.
It's just really
Half on
nice.
Rise when it goes, go and do a rampage quest. It's like, no, don't want to.
I actually really enjoyed the Rampage quests. I'm like disappointed we didn't get more of them in the DLC, but Anomaly 300 quests like fill my Monster Hunter Frontier itch with how insane some of them can be. Like Rise is a very good one for Frontier fans, but that's a completely separate story from PSO2. Well, not completely.
Yeah.
But still.
That's one piece of trivia that always shocks me when I remember it, is that when they were developing PSO2, they actually consulted Monster Hunter developers on how they should design classes. I'm like, so is they who came up with the idea to give Blight rounds 300% damage multiplier?
Then Capcom.
Don't worry, Talus was originally going to get, 40% potency out of nowhere until they nerfed it to 20% on release. So, it just works sometimes.
50
Other
even.
times not so much. Yeah, God. Early PSO2 balance was a nightmare. If anyone remembers Magatsu with Chain Trigger Bow, have fun.
Yeah.
That was a thing that existed, and we just had to deal with it.
Yeah, just in general, like, every time I see people complain about balance in NGS, it's like, guys, you were not around for the PSO2 balance patches. Like, there were so many. They had to fix the game so many times, and it was still not fixed. And then in episode 5, it was like the breaking point. Like, the camel fucking died and broke in 2 parts.
Yeah. See, this is like has always been my thing. Like balance patches in NGS are definitely more like few and far between, but it's not a game that really needs as many balance patches. Early on it did, but nowadays not so much.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, every single month in PSO2 there was something new, and it was either the most awful thing balance wise, or it was just stupid like overall.
Yeah.
I think the most fun I had abusing something was Rancor with Gunner. Like that was funny, and then they nerfed it into the ground. God, Melon C4, yeah.
Yeah. The thing that gets me most about PSO2 balance patches is that theoretically you can't nerf yourself anymore to the content how it was back then, because if you look at like damage roll ones in NGS, the potency increased maybe by like 50 from 250, which is like very little. But in PSO2, if you look how small the potency was for one normal attacks at launch, and look at the potency right now, it's like it doubled basically. So even if
Yeah.
you're running around with a 1-star wand, you're doing double damage than people did at launch by default.
Yeah. So, in regards to Melon C4, my favorite factoid about like PSO2 balance with Summoner is that they couldn't be bothered to fix the fact Melon could do over 999k damage.
Yeah.
So they just introduced that as a cap in future quests.
Yeah.
Like that, the reason that cap exists is because of Summoner. You can blame them for it.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't be bothered to fix it properly.
And another funny thing of trivia is that you could always deal damage with the cap of 10 million, but until like episode 6, I think, they had a visual bug where it basically capped at 999,000, basically.
Yeah.
So even though you possibly did like 5 mil damage, it would show only 1 mil. It's fun.
Yeah. It's such a weird game. And then I just remember 14 stars in episode 4, and then I'm like, no, I don't want to keep thinking about it. You will get your 14 star, and you will like it, and then you proceed to just not get one for the longest time. I never got my 14 star in episode 4 on JP. I finally got it on Global when it was useless because Nemesis technically outclassed it for Katana. Because I mean, Otachi's not that good. Like, it's decent, it's not that good. Shout outs to my friend who got Jupiter Toulouse on JP back in episode 4. They didn't play Bouncer. They just... And you couldn't sell them at the time either, so it was just sitting in their inventory.
Yeah.
Couldn't sell 14 stars until, I think, 2018 or around that time.
Yeah, somewhere around that time. I remember even
Yeah.
13 stars weren't tradable at first. The first one they did
Yeah.
make tradable was, I believe, a Talus from Trick or Treat
Yeah.
2017.
I believe all 13 stars became tradable around episode 5 because there was still some restrictions prior.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they had really weird ways of doing stuff.
Yeah.
And originally, this was going to be the case with New Genesis, but they didn't do that because we said no.
Yeah, could you
We
imagine?
told them it would be a bad idea.
Could you imagine the version 1 Pixar system without tradability?
Yeah, reminder, every weapon past 7-star was meant to be untradeable. As a trade-off, only the trade-in ones that exist, those are untradeable. The drops we can trade.
Yeah.
It's it's so weird to think about us having untradeable 13 and 14 stars, even as drops. Like, that could have been a thing, and we would just have to deal with it.
Yeah. Okay, so last thing on the April-May thingy is series collaboration. Now, I have no idea what they mean with that.
Yeah.
Like, usually they say, like, oh, plastic model collaboration or SEGA IP collaboration.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
what do you mean with series collaboration?
Yeah. It's just very
Maybe an anime
vague.
or something, or
Maybe.
It's just series. It's just series.
just a series, yeah. Work it out yourself.
It's just a series of mistakes.
Look, we will get the Microsoft PowerPoint series collab, and we will like it.
Oh, it's the Xbox Series! I see!
God. But yeah, that's like the most nondescript thing ever. I
Yeah.
mean, we had SEGA IP collab for December and January, and it turned out it's just 2 PSO2 ES collabs. I'm not complaining though; they are really good collabs, and yeah, just really good.
Where was the PSO 1 collab, Sega? I know we got the weapons, but where was the scratch? Where were the outfits?
You got
Had your
wallpaper
chance.
for your creative space that counts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting thing, by the way, about the upcoming PSO2 ES collab in January. All of those weaponoids are new, as in they were made last year. Yes, PSO2 ES is still making new weaponoids.
Yeah.
To the point where they're not even just focusing on weapons anymore. They've done a few ones which are just units.
Oh, nice.
So they're just making shit up now.
So it's a weaponoid that's not a weapon.
This weaponoid that's not a weapon, it's units. So
Unit.
It's a unitoid.
Yeah.
yeah, unitoid. Yeah, so we have Demonia Saber, that one 14-star cannon, and then Saki units or Psyche units, however you want to say it.
Oh yeah.
Psyche. Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So
The one that everyone used back on PSO2 when it released.
Yeah.
yeah, the ones that are effectively free.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Yep.
it's pretty interesting, and the one based on the launcher is actually really new, as in she was released in October this year, sorry,
Okay.
not last year. We haven't rolled over to the new year yet,
Hmm.
but yeah, she is very new.
Yeah. Hopefully,
I'm very glad we're seeing PSO2 ES stuff.
hopefully, when we get the next Jenna scratch because of PSO2 ES
Yeah.
anniversary, it'll have the episode 2 sweater, or season 2. It's called
Yeah.
ES, because I really want that in specs. It was my favorite
Yeah.
outfit in base PSO2, and I want
Yeah.
it back.
Conversely as well, this collab goes both ways. ES currently has a weaponoid for Manon's weapon as well, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
I
And-
really like her outfit. I wish it was in New Genesis.
Maybe we'll get that as well.
Yeah.
That also mean there's potential for like a Aina weaponoid.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd kill for an Aina weaponoid.
Or a Garoa weaponoid, where the special ability is like, oh, you die, but you deal 10 million damage.
Look, we're about to get Ultra Realm Garoa in April, so it's true and real.
Maybe that's a mystery man.
That's
He's
I
back, finally.
like. It is going to be so funny in like the worst ways if that is just a thing where Aina is the one who technically died in the Ultra Realm universe, and Garo is the one that's alive. So
Yeah, he'll be like, let me show you the truth, and then it's like a flashback where he says, my death was greatly exaggerated.
God.
Yeah, you can see how he just drags his leg off the beach somewhere else while everyone assumes he died.
God.
A Miku collab would be
not
nice.
wish. I do hope we get his camo eventually. So yeah, Miku would be nice.
Kind of weird New Genesis doesn't have a Miku collab yet.
Well, I mean, look at June to July. There's a chance.
I mean, let's be real, SEGA IP collab is probably Sonic.
Sonic
probably
again,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with it being June, Sonic's birthday.
Yeah.
Really playing it safe. I get why they do play it safe though. Like we used to get a load of collabs before in PSO2 with Sega IPs and other stuff, but as it currently stands, it's a lot more, I guess, intensive, difficult, takes more time to produce clothing compared to PSO2. It's just all higher quality, depending on who you ask. But it's not as easy to push out that much stuff, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because I really would like more Sega collabs, but it's not going to happen. Kind of just come to terms with that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay. The next section, June, July. We already mentioned the Sega IP collab. But they also teased something really weird. Hamazaki talked talked about the new field update and specifically mentioned that it's going to be different from Halfa and Alter Realm, and that the silhouette, which is the Shrider, that is a hint of what kind of field we can expect, which immediately makes me think like, okay, so are we going to Nefarious or Darker Den? Like what?
Yeah.
I have a few theories to this, and all of them are insane, and it would be really funny for one of them to play out. So I have a feeling that we're going to start getting fields based on PSO2 areas through, not necessarily through like going back to them, but it's a simulation with inside Lucille or something, and it's Ruin Zesh Raider. Then there's we literally go back to Nefarious, and that's just a Zesh Raider. It's not a Ruinous, it's just a Zesh Raider.
Yeah.
Which would be really funny. Like, just having him there would be funny. Especially, like, by the silhouette. I've kind of had a look over this along with just Zesh Raider in multiple different, like, poses. It's not entirely obvious, but his model has been touched up in areas. To the point where it's like, yeah, he's newish enough. But they have been doing that with some Ruinous enemies where they have gone back and touched up the model here and there. Not with all of them, though. Just some more of them.
Yeah.
It would be really, really funny if we went back to Nefarious and that was the enemy they chose to bring us back. It's the enemy you've all been waiting for, that weird spinning turtle.
Such a funny enemy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zesh Raider.
Yeah, I also had like the theory of like, okay, so they know that a lot of players want to get off the planet. So what if we get off the planet in Chapter 8, and then in June we visit Nefarious and we explore it like we did Ragol in PSO, where we were searching what happened to the Oracle ARKS before us.
Yeah.
And this would also assume that maybe there's some like ARKS colonies on Nefarious that are like ruined or something. I don't know. But like Nefarious is like basically the PSO2 planet for all intents and purposes. So that would make sense a little bit.
Yeah.
But that would
also be pretty nice.
That would have to be a pretty loaded Chapter 8 though. So we're gonna explore the Ortho Realm, we're gonna get a huge lore dump from Mystery Man, and we're gonna leave the planet. Like, I don't think it'll all fit into one chapter.
Yeah. It's like, something that I've also, like, gone over in my head several times, but I think it's gonna be really interesting if it does end up just being Nefarious or training, like, stage, but Nefarious adjacent, where it's just a field area based on Nefarious. Like, seeing it under a new light. I get many people do want, like, RNG sectors back, but I'm very much of the opinion that whilst they are cool and novel, they didn't really do much. It was kind of just more walking through stuff, doing trials as they came, but I feel having a more open Nefarious will be pretty interesting to see.
Yeah. Also, something,
like, visually speaking.
Something I didn't consider. If the Mystery Man is Xiao, then technically speaking, time travel would be back on the table.
Yeah.
Assuming, of course, he doesn't want to kill us. But yeah, maybe the new field is like a time travel back and past to see what happened to Nefarious when the star was first attacked. That could also be a thing.
Yeah, like, at this point, I feel that if they were to do that specifically, like, have us basically go back, kill the Starless before they even became a problem, like, it'd be pretty decent. But basically pulling parallels to PSO 2 story, like, killing the Profound Darkness, well, Primordial Darkness, before it even became an issue, and then everything's sorted.
And then it turns out we were the reason why Starless came back in the first place.
Yeah. I think it's really funny, though, power scaling wise, like, nothing really stands against us now, because we are kind of, like, it's just widely accepted at this point. We are the Guardian from PSO2, like, that's just fact. Nothing nothing is gonna stop us. We're kind of just like having a power trip for God knows how long until just stuff ends.
Until we run out of photons.
Like, yeah. Like, we killed the Profound Darkness, we killed the Primordial Darkness, we killed Darkfall's Aegis, we killed Veil relatively... Like, we'll just put it in front of us, we'll kill it.
But the one thing we can't kill is Rappy.
Yeah.
No matter how hard
And
we try.
Sunnies as well. We can't kill Rappies and we can't kill Sunnies. They just run away.
Yeah. And
Unfortunately.
Meow too, unfortunately.
Yeah. God, I
Yeah,
want
kinda
to
wish you
pulverize that cat. I cannot understate how annoying he is in PSO2. Why did they make him like that?
I love Meow. Meow can just go die in a fire somewhere, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Meow is just slander for Meow.
Just the one benefit of him is that he's bad at blackjack, so we kind of just benefit from that.
Or he
Until he
cheats.
cheats.
Yeah.
Yeah, until he cheats.
Saw a clip yesterday where
I
a
still find
GP
it
player...
really funny.
Yeah?
I was gonna say, I find it really funny how Meow is just coded to be bad at blackjack until he cheats. It's just like, yeah. Yeah, sure. Still better than GTA 5's blackjack, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I saw a clip yesterday from a GP player playing Blackjack, and they were like so excited, like, oh my god, my hand has a 21, I won! And then Meow gets a 5 card and wins anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see, so... I don't think they said that we're gonna get a class level cap increased in February or April. So this might be the
Yeah,
first
they did.
time since, I believe, Stia or Quaris, where they increasing the level cap in a pretty large increment.
Yeah.
Which also gives me the impression that, yeah, we're basically getting episode 2, but they haven't said we're getting episode 2. And there's a little detail about the story teaser that I forgot to mention. Is that the logo is glitching at the start of the video? So I feel like maybe that's a hint that they're planning to rebrand the game to episode 2, but they just don't want to announce it.
Haven't finished the logo yet.
Yeah, I imagine it may be like an issue with like, oh yeah, everybody was hyped for Ultra Evolution and then it turned out to be just Minecraft. So maybe they don't want to do the same mistake again. Yeah. We're also gonna get new tech cards customizations finally. Unfortunately, it seems to be only like a half update because Hamasaki did mention when talking about the October updates that after the next update to tech cards customization, we're gonna have all EA and techniques, which is a little bit disappointing. But as long as Wand and Talus get their customization in this update, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to like the prospect of having T4 and T5 tech arts as well. If people don't know, if your game is lagging enough, you'll be able to see that there are just dummy slots for tech arts 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So they can have, there's 5 types per PA effectively. So
Okay.
they could do pretty interesting stuff with that.
Yeah.
There's definitely more room now, like where we currently are, where they can just start doing more with PAs. Like some tech arts do overhaul how certain PAs work completely, so we might see some more of that, and I'm interested to see some more of that, especially for some PAs and techniques that I absolutely do not like using. I don't care how good the ice techniques are, I don't like using them. They don't feel good.
Yeah. Also, there is a possibility that maybe they could add like weapon action and normal attack customizations, because they also have a level display on the PA screen. So who knows? Maybe those will get some effects as well.
If they do that, please just give me G-Foy, like elemental G-Foy on my rod weapon action. That's all I ask. Like if I get a version of G-Foy that basically reflects the last element used, it would be very nice for Force.
Yeah.
Like wind G-Foy and so on and so forth. All good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And they also announced new content using creative spaces. Now that they basically said that it's like a big undertaking, and it's probably why creative space updates were so sparse in the recent few months. But I do wonder what this is, because like I remember when creative spaces first came out, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I wish I could make like actual quests out of it."
Yeah.
So maybe it's going to be like a forge system where you can actually build quests.
Yeah. Given that like it was a big undertaking for them, and the vibe that I seem to be getting from like the JP community with it too, it would be like there is definitely a non-zero chance that it is the ability to make custom quests. It would be so good to just make custom quests.
Yeah.
Like that, whilst they obviously wouldn't drop anything, I mean they could like change that by adding some, more not really worthless drops, I guess, just more like creative space specific drops where you get it and just trade it in for something.
I mean, they have had form in the past for doing kind of custom quests with PSP 2 Infinity.
Yeah.
To an extent. So it would be the first time they've done it.
Yeah.
I guess.
So it would be nice for it to just be custom quests overall. Like the possibilities really would be endless with that.
Yeah.
I would make some deranged stuff. You will fight High Eliminator with Gigantics modifiers, and you will like it.
I recreate with Minecraft in NGS. Nah, I think I'm gonna run out of
my friend Mill
build parts.
Yeah. I know my friend Mill would like go crazy with the questing custom questing potential, and it also being like limited run has me really thinking it's just going to be questing, because it is a system that could very easily go really badly in terms of like server strain. So seeing it being trialed in a similar way to like Cool Ship matchmaking, it makes a lot of sense if it ends up just being the ability to make quests.
Yeah. And also, like, with the current
and then
LTQ...
the dev score.
Yeah?
I was going to say, and then the devs go, well, you can make your own quest now, so we don't need to make any more.
Yeah, basically.
You know what would be interesting, though? Like, just occasionally, not even occasionally, just a new type of quest where a highly rated custom quest just gets to be an LTQ for a week. Just like that stuff like that would be pretty cool. And it would definitely bring like the community aspect back into things, especially on the global side, because we've been missing that a lot. JP's been JP on the other hand, they've been getting a lot of community support, and seeing more of that is really good. If they do stuff like that.
It's sad that there is that divide though at the minute between the JP community now. I do feel like there isn't much community stuff on our side. Yeah. I know we have the like events that NGS creators run, things like that, but apart from that, there's really not much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we used to have Headline Plus and David Players, and it's not the same anymore without them. But it's still nice. It's still nice to at least see it in some form on the JP side, especially as like JP side didn't get that much stuff until recently, which is really funny. We got all of our community stuff near the start. They got it like years ahead, like years later compared to us.
Yeah,
But,
I remember when before Yui basically took over with the whole community stuff, is that JP players were like so jealous of us getting all these keywords for Rappy Fritters all the time, and they got nothing. But yeah, now the tables have turned. The turned
Yeah.
have tabled.
Yeah, like the only way to get Rappy Fritters for the longest time on JP is through like the occasional Lawson's collab that they would do, or like
Yeah. Buy our
like
merch.
you'll just get codes for them. Yeah, buy our merch or just buy like X amount of stuff in yen, and you'll get a code, and then good job. Here's Rappy Fritters.
I do miss the Headline Plus though. I kind of
Yeah.
wish it could return at some point. Maybe when the game grows again.
Yeah. The vibe between G-Wiz and Danger was really nice.
Yeah.
It was really, really good.
Okay, let's see. August to September. Main story chapter 9. That's gonna be interesting, like I said. Oh yeah, also, another thing that Hamasaki-san mentioned is that we're gonna get new face types. Those weren't on the roadmap. Which is nice. More face types always welcome. Hopefully they'll make a new beast face. Because I feel like we're missing out on that one. PSO2 had one.
Yeah.
So an N-spec version would be cool. But they also mentioned that there's going to be a new song from Halfa's top vocalist. Now, it's intentionally
Exactly.
vague. Yeah, it could be anyone, honestly. But he was intentionally vague, and this makes me believe that we are either getting a new concert or we're getting a new intro song sang by Nadere.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be a good time. I mean, we still haven't moved on from the first one.
Yeah. Or both. Who knows? Maybe the intro song is the concert.
Yeah. Be nice to see.
Yeah, imagine if the encore was just Manon singing. What's it called? God, I forgot the name.
Sun Against Fate, is it, or something like that?
No, the other one. Eternal Morning or something.
Oh, Song of Morning. Or, yeah.
Yeah,
Song-
that one.
I think. Yeah.
It's been a while since we fought Aegis. So I kind of forgot. Yeah, that would be sick. I kind of hope that there are hinting for a episode 2 refresh, and that we're gonna get a new intro song. Because it's
Yeah.
both concert and intro song are long overdue for this game. I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so next up, EX style level cap race. That's cool to see.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that they'll also take the opportunity, because I assume with the level cap increase, they're gonna give us new skills for EX.
Oh
styles.
yeah, definitely.
But I also
What?
hope that they're going to rebalance some of the older skills that we already have, because Celeste Flawless is like the only flaw I have with Celeste. Ironically.
Please just let us use it, like, not once every, 20, 30 seconds. Just give it a 5-second cooldown, please. I want to use it more.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how I would fix it, but the reliance on enemy AI to trigger it is, like, so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have an other way to describe it. Like, every other
Like
style, if it goes off cooldown, you press a button and it's done. It's just with
Yeah.
Celeste, it's like, okay, so either I need to like change my playstyle to trigger it as early as possible, or I need to just not trigger it. Like, those aren't good options to have.
And especially when it's part of your DPS, because it's a follow-up attack as well. It's like,
Yeah.
oh god.
Like, maybe the fix here is to
It's
detach
really
the follow-up.
stuck.
damage from the skill activation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ultimately, I hope whatever new skills they have aren't nearly as as dumb as Celeste Flawless. So
Yeah.
we will get some like pretty nice ones to work with.
That-
Also, I think this is just a given, but we'll probably get some like more free potency. Like
Yeah,
they'll
probably.
They'll probably just buff the potency given by like what 1 to 2% more, and then add a skill or 2 more past that as well.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. Like, I've liked how they've I like EX styles overall. There definitely is room for improvement. Basically Celeste Flawless.
Yeah.
But it's a very nice system for supplementing your playstyle.
Yeah,
And-
if I could change Celeste Flawless to Adra's Perfection and keep everything as is, Celeste would be the perfect EX style for me.
Meanwhile, I find myself, like, if I can make use of Blitz on whatever element I'm using, I will just switch to Blitz.
Yeah.
Brents is like light elements in NGS are just really good with Blitz, so if it's light weak, blitzing it up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm stuck with Celeste
Which is
in most cases.
which is a little bit silly, because like, if I were playing Force, I would prefer for my After Blast to be a rod, you know, and not a rifle. I feel like that's a little bit silly looking.
Yeah. I do really enjoy, though, how all of the afterblasts like reflect with the color variant that you're using, which like the rod photon blast has been able to do this for a while. We've been able to like benefit from color variants without photon blast for ages now, but seeing it on like all classes with afterblast is pretty nice.
Yeah. It's also possible after the recent mini story that we could get some Mars updates or whatever.
Yeah.
At the very least, I hope they're planning some balance adjustments, because Skyla normal attack, I feel like it needs to come out quicker or something. Or at least have parry frames from the start.
Yeah. It's like, I really like Mars as a system. I know it's not liked among higher end players because they want to, you know, skill expression, etc. But as a system in NGS, like, purely on a gameplay basis, it's a really fun system, and I feel it's not given enough credit.
Yeah.
So I really want to see more from it. Like, it is a fun system outside of the original Veil fight, because if you had the wrong Mars setup, God help you, you would not have a fun time there.
Yeah, I was trying to play Nidhogger on Vile. It's like, this fight really feels like it's designed around Hydra and what's the sword called?
Garm and Hydra.
Garm, yeah.
Garm.
Yeah.
Which
I really enjoy using Garm and Nidhogger with it, but just me.
yeah.
I think for me, I'd just like to see some adjustments to Mars in general, just to improve it, because I think for me, I only really use Mars at the moment on the very final part of the Luther fight, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use it there as well, even if I don't have to. I just find it fun to use it.
Yeah.
I just like using Garm there, because as soon as the sword drops down, you can just dash towards it straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all sometimes get too caught up in like, oh, the meta in this, but like Mars is just a fun system. I don't care if it like is meta or isn't meta at points, but like I'm gonna use it anyway because it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like if it's not fun, why bother?
Exactly.
So I'm gonna bother with it because it's fun. I really enjoy how Nidhogger plays, especially with how you can like do the hit stop chainsaw attack. Also being able to just apply like a very short debuff window.
Yeah.
If you want to like help like with just nuking damage. It's just overall really fun.
Yeah, and even the Garm weapon action debuff when the enemy is downed it's like extending the down by a few seconds, which is also really cool.
Yeah. Overall, I really enjoy the system. Like, it's basically analogous to AIS/AIS Vega in PSO2, but it is so much smoother, and the ability to just customize it to your liking is really nice.
Yeah.
I enjoy it a lot more than the vehicle stuff in PSO2. It's just really good.
And also, I just like that using it to get around Nameless City when I play it, or when I used to play it. Because like that map is huge, and time is of essence, so that little movement speed buff is also helpful from Mars.
Yeah. It's really nice overall. So I do hope we'll see more from it. I would like some more skills for each of the armaments before we get like another armament, because I feel there's more work that needs to be done with the current armaments.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they only have like a normal attack, photon art, and weapon action, that's fine. Because it like leans into the multi-weapon aspect of NGS, where it's like you have two armaments, you make sure that you pick a star that complements them. But I feel they could add some skills that like interact between each of the armaments more directly to like help reinforce that play style. So you're getting more from it if you're using it. So like say 4 more skills per armament that just influences how the other one plays and so on and so forth. Like it could be really cool.
Yeah, or something like I don't know, triggering the Nidhogger execution charges up Skylar a little bit.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Yeah. Just like more interaction like that before we get like another armament is what I would like to see. But it's overall just a really fun system that I think's left to the wayside because it's not the best, but I'm going to let everyone into a little secret. Unless you were like pushing ARKS records top 50 or something, Mars is going to be a good DPS option for anyone.
Yeah.
Especially if you're using benefit gear. Because it's all like the potency it provides is based on your battle power, given certain thresholds. So the potency that you're given will, generally speaking, unless you're like Biss, will outweigh your current potency. I think it's like 1,250% potency right now or something ridiculous.
Yeah. I feel like that's something that kind of gets forgotten when people ask for advice from the top 5% players, is that when saying like, oh, Mars is a DPS loss, like this is speaking from a perspective of someone who is like decked out, and most players are not decked out. So
yeah.
Generally speaking as well, spamming buttons on Mars is going to be way more effective than spamming buttons on any class that you have access to.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Dark Blast in PSO2. Whilst Dark Blast was a DPS loss for the most part for like properly geared players in episode 6, it was still relatively decent for people who weren't really putting that much into gearing past episode 5. Like it put you on par with some of the more endgame stuff. So it was just nice to have.
Yeah.
Like all of these side systems, like you don't have to interact with them if you don't want to, but if you're in like the average player, and you're interacting with them, then that's good because it's gonna do you well. And if you're having fun with it, you might as well just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Even though I'm decked out, I still use Mars here and there anyway, so
yeah,
that should go to show how fun it is for me personally.
And also speaking of like decking out players, a lot of discourse online I see both from the JP and global community is that the welfare gear is a problem, but I don't think it's necessarily a problem. Because like, if welfare gear didn't exist, then you would have people running around with like a fulgent weapon, even though the enemies were too light or something, or like 7-star armor, or they would basically do the bare minimum to reach the BP required, or they would just not play at all. And the welfare gear basically allows them to play the game at all, which isn't a problem. The most DPS players lose is usually from not knowing how they should play their class, rather than the gear being subpar.
Like,
yeah, definitely.
I have a friend who's like, one of their first experiences on a class against High Agni was just with pure welfare gear, and they finished within, I think, 10 seconds of the clock going out, and they forgot food buff. So if they can do that, with welfare gear, then they can, like anyone else can, as long as you are putting in the effort with your skill.
Yeah.
But I will also say that if you are putting in that effort, then to an extent, I would recommend putting in the effort with your gear a bit. We're currently reaching a point where your gear's not really going to get outdated in the same way that it was in version 1, where gear very much back then got outdated every 2 months with basically like any random update. Nowadays, your gear might get outdated, asterisk, in the sense that a new best in slot might come out, but you're still within like 2-3% of it. It's not gonna be much.
Honestly, the best tip I could give to a new player is that to check the expiry date on the current limited task that gives welfare gear. If it's like within a month or 2, then yeah, sure, skip that gear cycle. But once the next gear cycle starts, then consider upgrading your gear.
Yeah, and there's one last thing on welfare gear that I do want to mention is, because we kind of overlook this, or, well, I say we kind of overlook this. I feel it's often overlooked, but in PSO2, we typically got welfare gear at points in its life, but this welfare gear straight up was just previous best in slot stuff, as in, here's an Atlas EX, go for it. And I really do prefer how NGS handles it, because it doesn't really invalidate that grind. It's an epic weapon.
The only change I would do to the current welfare gear is allow it augment transfer for free.
Yes, I would do that too. I think that much should be a given for them. Yeah. Because it would allow the player to basically invest new augments on their welfare gear and then put it on a new weapon if they wanted, or just, use it from the weapon from the get-go. But, I do prefer the system. It's still got some issues. Welfare gear is always going to have some issues. But it's definitely not as bad as I think, people think, especially because there still seems to be the impression that gear gets outdated every 2 months. It is very much not the case.
Yeah.
I have a whole spreadsheet of just content that's released for this game, so it's kind of like my own personal job of knowing what's what and when's where. On average, your weapon can last you about a year before you really need to start looking at upgrading, and then similar case with unit as well. So I would recommend investing in your gear. It's going to last a while, unless you're not really playing the game. If you play the game a couple weeks out of every 2-3 months, you might not want to invest in your gear, and that's completely fine. But if you're someone who plays the game a couple of weeks every month, or even every day, it's definitely worth investing in your gear.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I think a really good point, it's been mentioned in chat as well. There are a lot of people, and I think people forget this sometimes, there are a lot of people who only play NGS now and again. They may just come back to it every so often, and I think if you didn't have this catch-up gear, they're going to really struggle to do any of the new content. Yeah. So it gives them a way to be able to engage with it, and then they can decide then if they want to play more, they can then upgrade it. But it gives them that base unit level, that base weapon, to then go from there. Yeah.
Just basically why I don't really see the welfare stuff as a problem. What I would say is the bigger problem in this picture is that there isn't usually a lot of incentives to actually upgrade your gear. Specifically when you look at 13-star weapons, that whole rarity didn't have a high difficulty boss fight, so it was basically pointless.
Yeah. 13 stars were weird all around.
Yeah. But I
Same
think
with 12 stars. I think 12 stars overall were definitely the weird one. We had like 12th and Acrocelio, and that was it.
yeah, and Legendios, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think gearing up should always be a personal goal to strive for. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you want to clear quests faster or whatever, or you want to chase high scores on quest clears. Like, sure, then upgrade your gear.
Yeah. It's definitely also like what PSO. Well, not I was going to say PSO2, but it's kind of been what like PSO in general has been about. Like, if you can just settle for like the bare minimum within whatever tier, but if you really want to go further, the option's there for you, and if you enjoy doing it, then just go for it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely just something to work for, and also just the welfare gear being like infinitely accessible. You can access it anytime. God, it was so much better than PSO2. I had like a friend who was trying to get back into PSO2 just after they had given out one of the 15-star welfares. I think it was Rivalate, and they missed that by a couple days. So they were just stuck getting the collection folder 15 stars instead. And it took a hot minute for them to get them because they were working with a lot of older gear.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's see. So I would say we should wrap it up soon with the roadmap, because technically we're already in the hour where we would be playing the game. But I see there's a concert right now, so it's fine if we stretch it out a little bit. So, yeah. I think that's all for August and September.
Oh, well, we didn't touch on this. Anger Fandage, my boy, is back.
Ah, yeah.
My boy. I love Anger so much. I'm so glad that it's back. Because it's a new Genesis, its awful field damage resist thing won't exist. So it is finally a good fight. I don't need to see it. It's just a good fight.
What you didn't like when Ultimate Ultimate Amduskia was renovated, and Anga just got a sword, TMG, and Talus resistance because every single person in the MPA was a hero.
Yeah, definitely.
It was fun times.
You know, so glad to see it back. Like, I don't like that many enemies from. Well, I say don't like that much enemies from PSO2. I don't care for that many enemies from PSO2, but like Anger is definitely one of the ones that I care about. So seeing it back, 2 thumbs up from me.
I have no strong feelings on Anger one way or the other.
I saw it through its worst and its best. I grinded an austere weapon way back on episode 3. Would not recommend anyone do that. But I've seen this thing at its worst and best, and it's such a fun boss for me to go back to. Anyway.
Yeah. And October onwards, so there's going to be a new quest type. We have no idea what, but we know that will be different from the quests we have so far. So maybe it'll be new endless. Who knows? The silhouette looks crazy. I wonder if it's like the next Dark Falls or something. It does kind of look like the Hunar version of Deus Eska, but I doubt it's it.
Yeah.
So it'll be weird. It'll be fun to see what that is.
Yeah.
Definitely
it's definitely gonna. I feel it's definitely gonna be like a an Agni situation, but it's a completely new enemy. Like, it looks like a cross between Deus and Sodam, but it's not gonna play like either of those.
Yeah. There's going to be a new field update, but we know virtually nothing about it. But depending on how the field update in June goes, that'll probably open a lot of doors for possibilities.
Yeah.
New tech cards customizations, and we know with that one, all PAs will be covered. So that'll be interesting to see. And there's going to be a new item system as a follow-up to the skill rings. So
My best bet for that is it is type 3 skill rings.
yeah, I was thinking the same.
Like, I feel that type 3 skill rings are gonna, like, they're gonna be more wildcard types opposed to the, like, damage in type 1 ones or the defensive-oriented type 2 ones. Well, defensive utility. They'll do more stuff. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I do wonder what kind of extra rings they could add. But yeah, I feel like the choice to not have a type 1... let me rephrase it. The choice to not have left and right rings was deliberate, because they want to have the door open to eventually add type 3, 4, or 5, or whatever. So yeah, that's what I bet my money on as well. And we also know that there's going to be a new rarity in October/later. And
Which means, again, if you want to upgrade now, because your stuff will last a year.
yeah, at minimum.
Yeah.
And for questions, we only had 2 questions, but they were pretty alright, I would say. So the first one was, when choosing the window in the salon, it resets the sort filter option you had. So they're gonna work on keeping that. I think what they mean by that was when you open the outfit section, you can select like, or only show me type 2 outfits, or only N-spec outfits. And I think they refer to that if you set it as only show type 2, it will only show you type 2 forever.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because I have a lot of type 1 outfits from like mission pass or whatever that I don't need, that are pretty useless for me, because I'm not gonna make a type 1 cafe, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's like, you will not see me running type 1 ever, so
yeah,
really don't need them there. Like, I guess some people do it for like the whole androgynous look or just gender bent. That's not for me.
yeah,
That's gonna set off so much for me if I do that. So
yeah. And the second question, which is pretty big, basically, among the ingredients for quick food, the power-up effect is a little bit dominating when it comes to ARKS eating habits. So what they're gonna do is they're cap the bonus at 5 of each ingredient type, and that'll allow us. First off, people who haven't been using 10 meat before will be able to have maximum potency without doubling down potency so much, which is nice. It's like a 0.8% power buff for me. And people who have been doing that before now have access to like the other buffs like PP and HP, damage resistance. So I think it's an all-around pretty good change.
yeah.
Personally,
It's going to be like really good to just make more defensive-oriented sets. Like, investing some food slots in HP and damage resist is going to be really huge, especially because the HP increased one is percentile. So, insane HP.
Peak HP. Okay, and that was all that was in the headline and the roadmap. We had so much to go through in this one, even though honestly the headline itself was pretty mid. Just the roadmap had just so much on it. I think this is like
I guess what most people are waiting for.
Yeah, I think this is probably the best roadmap we had so far since the game launched.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's not, because we had defense quests in the first. The first roadmap was awful.
Don't remind
Whoever
me.
let that out, were like that was horrid. If you ever want to if you ever hate yourself, go back and check out some of the earlier headlines, like the first few. They will make you question so much, especially with where we are now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they are not good.
Not at all. I was watching some of the earlier live streams because somebody on Steam forums was like talking some really dumb stuff, like, oh, they always announce NGS to be 5-year long. I'm like, no, they didn't. What are you talking about? So I rewatched those older streams, even those that were like translated in real time. Awful experience, by the way. I can't believe we watched these streams.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started. That one with the guy who's the one with the person who's the quote-unquote comedian was the most awful thing to watch.
Yeah, but like I also rewatched the first headline. It's like genuinely like 20 minutes of Hero just standing there talking about 5 minutes of content, and that's the headline. That was so
also,
awful,
the
man.
Earlier class reveals. The earlier class reveals, like the Braver and Bouncer one, was so sourceless. Actually, no, the Bouncer one had some source. The Braver one was really bad.
Yeah.
Like the trailer for that. Ooh.
Yeah, the Bouncer one at least had Momoka, so it had at least something going for it.
Yeah.
Alright, so before we switch to gaming portion, we still have the... Oh, I should probably say that. We still have to see who won the raffle for the screenshot giveaway. So let's see. This month we're gonna spin only once. So let's...
Remember as well, if you do want to submit screenshots, it's hashtag ARKS Lounge.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Ren isn't single. She's taken by me.
And
So,
the winner is Umika.
Ah, congrats.
oh, hell yeah.
Okay, now we gotta hurry for the gaming portion though.
Gotta get that Luther in.
Yep.
Is that what we're doing, Luther?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad that it worked out like this. Because I was
I
Fully
have not
intended.
had time.
I was hoping that Luther would come out when we get to the gameplay portion, and then concert was announced. I'm like, nice. Especially since today is like the only day where we don't have pre-announced urgent quests for some reason. Okay, so
It's nice because I've not had much time today. I've been too busy like packing stuff up and just trying to chill where I can, so not had time to do my dailies, unfortunately. But now I do.
yeah, I'm gonna have to do dailies after the stream because tomorrow I have early shifts, so I'm gonna have to hurry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So I just want my reward box.
yeah. So it's not up yet, but the password will be ARKS, all caps. And let's see how many people we get. Okay. I was kind of hoping we would also like farm a little bit Happy Sunrise, but we talked so much about the roadmap we didn't get the chance to.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a nice lunch, Bontan.
The thing with this roadmap is it has me interested not on what is in the roadmap, but also what's after it too.
Yeah.
Because like it's just really interesting stuff. Especially as this one goes to October as well. Like
Yeah. Okay, so Winks
Really
of
nice.
Dust asks us in the chat what we think about the AI situation with Expedition 33. So I personally think it's a little bit overblown because, from what I know, the only AI asset that they used in Expedition 33 was like a placeholder texture they forgot to replace before launching, pushing the game out, which
Yeah.
they had the proper texture for ready to go. And once they realized that the texture wasn't replaced, they send out the patch immediately. So, yeah.
Yeah. Like it's definitely overblown, but I do understand why it's so overblown as well. Like, it was the game that swept the game award, so it's gonna have attention on it. And even in my own opinion, if it didn't like really deserve it, I feel a lot is overstated about what that game does. But like, there's a line, and it's like a single texture that's a placeholder, and complaining about it. It's like kind of. What are you doing?
Also,
Just like it.
I think there needs to be a little bit nuance when talking about Gen AI, because they made it so stupid. Because like Gen AI, when you hear it, you immediately think about generative AI, like generating stuff from thin air. But Gen AI is actually like an umbrella term for a bunch of tools, one of which is generating generative AI. So when a developer talks about generative AI, you need to ask them specifically what they're doing. Because like, the guys behind Baldur's Gate, for example, they specified they use generative AI to like make PowerPoint presentations, like summarize concepts from Google Images, concept images, to like work on concept art. And that's like basically like whatever. But when you have like the Halo Studios, for example, being asked, so are you guys generating textures? And they say no comment. Then that's when I feel like people should pick up their pitchforks and be like, yeah, this is kind of shit.
Like, it's definitely issues when it comes to like the overuse of it on like the actual player end of the game, and like compared to like the developer end, like that's kind of just it. I mean, if you look through Steam right now, there are so many games where they're clearly AI generated, they have the AI generated tag, and it's just kind of like cheap. But like then you have plenty of other games which are being made with AI, like generative AI.
Yeah.
But they're not utilizing it in the final build. It's just like stepping stone stuff. And I would say that's fine. Ultimately, they have the tools, they might as well use them. But
yeah, as a tool,
there's definitely
as a tool, I think AI is pretty great, because like when I do image editing, removing a background from a screenshot, doing that manually, that takes potentially an hour. But if
it can look really choppy as well.
Yeah, but if I go to like an AI tool, tell it like remove the background, like 90% of the time it does it flawlessly and it looks great, and it only takes like 5 seconds. So like, as a tool this is fine. As like a come generate me code, or generate me music, or generate me textures, or generate me videos, or generate me anything, it's garbage.
Yeah, like that's kind of how I see it. It's like an aid more than it is like what you should be using it for.
Yeah,
like just everything. Like, I definitely like this is something that's been going on with university as well. Like, if we are to use it in any capacity, we have to disclose it and what it was used for. As someone who is very not good with structuring essays, I use it to like basically outline the essay structure and then start typing from like what it suggests. And I still have to, put that forward. It's not actually writing me anything, it's just telling me how I should structure it. And it's really good for that, especially because I am really awful at structuring. So
yeah,
it's definitely something that can help us offload like the more menial tasks and still like do the bulk of the work ourselves.
Yeah. Apparently, the game ARK creators uses AI voices, which is a little bit shit, especially since it actually that game actually became mainstream. So I feel like if you said, okay, we can't afford voice actors, so we're gonna use AI voices, I was like, okay, but as soon as you go mainstream, I think you should think about replacing those.
Yeah, there's some like it's really weird to think about because there's like a lot of ethical stuff alongside it when it comes to like the voices, and some of it is like really well done. Like the finals has AI commentary, but the voice actors involved with providing like the voice banks and all that stuff, they were really well compensated, and it cannot be used for any other projects. That's like the kind of the stuff to think about past then. It's like it's an interesting philosophical thing. Let's just think about like the ethics and stuff behind it. Like, how long until it actually passed? Oh, it popped.
Thank you, ship. See. So, Rumiko is saying that apparently they hired and paid VA to allow them to use their voice in a synthesized AI. But at that point, why not just let the actor do the voice?
Yeah. That feels very weird to pay them to then use their voice in an AI model rather than just paying the actor themselves to get them to act the voice lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just strange. I think I personally don't like AI when it starts to take jobs away from people who, particularly from the creative side of things. I really don't agree with AI being used for a lot of creative tasks. That to me should always be done by a human, personally. But I think for very menial things and for things that AI can do a lot faster, maybe there is a use for it there. But in a limited fashion, I don't think it should be used much, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the tasks that just are time-consuming but not very difficult, like that's something that I could probably take over easily. Because like I said, with like removing the background by hand, it's like just needlessly long process that is not fun.
Yeah.
Ultimately, when I'm like asking what would be a good use for it, it's like, does this task have artistic value to it, or anything like adjacent to artistic value? And if it doesn't, then it's like, yeah, might as well, because it's very meaningless past then. So, I also feel too some people are becoming really reliant on AI in general, and it's just making things really sterile. I don't know if any of you have seen AI memes. Those are the most sterile things I have ever seen.
I saw one recently that was like Kevin from Kevin Alone at Home, Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Deadpool, like building a snowman, and then Deadpool makes like one of the most dry remark, like, "Oh, that guy wasn't very funny," and Hermione goes, "Deadpool, you and your inappropriate jokes." Like that doesn't connect at all. Also, just looks so bad, honestly. Like everybody's acting like they're not human because they're not.
Honestly, with Where the Winds Me, I feel people were too preoccupied with that one MiHoYoverse or HoYoverse gacha game, like the Animal Crossing one that has like the AI help companion, to really care about whatever that was doing. I think once like a gacha game gets a hold of just AI like that, it's the beginning of the end. It's not going it's not going to go well.
Are people not queuing up for the urgent quest? Or did I change? Oh, there is no. Oh, wait. No, there is no disable NPC. Oh.
Unless people don't know how to do it, maybe.
I did write it in chat. I do think AI will be used at in the development of NGS at some point. In the P-Spec issue, the server guy did talk about AI already being used for like some menial tasks / background. What's it called? Basically for some like automated maintenance stuff. And I believe like the block system is also designed around AI being like, oh, there's a lot of players, so let's add a new block or something.
Yeah, which makes sense as to why it doesn't add one immediately as well. It's
Yeah.
kind of just thinking of, does it need one right now, or sure, wait a bit.
The moment they start using AI to like generate textures for outfits to be able to do more outfits per scratch, that's probably when people would start to have some issues with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
I definitely would have issues with that, especially as would be paying money for them. I want to make sure it's like quality.
yeah. But like there's also AI that just helps you with modeling, and I think that's probably something that could be used just to like speed up the process of making models.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I noticed that about the new character, which is funny. I have a feeling she's designed similar. Like she's either designed by the same person who designed Matoi, or is designed by someone who designed one of their outfits. She feels very within that like line of design, especially with her like key art.
Yeah. What do you guys say? If nobody can join, then we'll just pug it.
Just feel free to plug
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You won't be
Yeah, I
able
don't
to
mind if no one's joining.
ship one though.
Yeah. Let's see if they put us in the same MPA or not.
Yeah. Be nice.
I don't know, Rico. I think the heels fit nicely. It's supposed to be like a going out night dress, so you'd usually wear heels with it. There's going to be a version 2 version of this outfit at some point anyway, with like no shoes. No, I don't think you're here.
What I'm interested in seeing, is the SG Scratch. I've really liked this aspect of NGS, and I am so glad they didn't do this the way PSO2 did it. But all the NPC outfits have just been SG Scratch. So all of the cosmetics related to the new character, which look really nice by the way, are probably just going to be SG Scratch, and I'm so excited for that. Especially the Halo. There's like a lot of potential to do interesting stuff.
So, do we not have a ranger?
It doesn't look like it.
Oh,
Don't worry,
great.
I don't have a ranger either.
Awesome.
Nice. Well, time for a 20-minute Luther.
I guess at this point, hope that we're gonna get a second run.
I hate it when he swings his arm back like that and it goes outside the bounds of the level.
Yeah. The main reason I started to use Talus on phase 1 because I just want him to stop moving.
I will say, I don't know if anyone else has the same problem on Luther, but sometimes my targeting goes crazy on him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do wish they would disable some of his weak spots at some point. Like,
Yeah.
in the final phase, when he's like summoning back to the arena, for some reason you can just target his arms and his belly, and I'm like, just let me target his fucking thingy, neck.
Okay, that
Just
was
bring
an
back
interesting break.
Bring back headshot damage for him. It'll go well, trust me. God, headshot damage in NGS would actually be disgusting.
Yeah.
Especially with how many problems it caused in PSO2. Like, it was a cool concept. Dear God, it... One of the things that made Gunner busted at times.
Yeah, I like that he backed away from the arena, then decided that he was going to go into break and came back again.
Yeah, he wasn't sure.
He was thinking about it. You really notice how much longer this fight is without a ranger, don't you?
Yeah.
It's just like the good old days.
Yeah, back when PSO2 was good. Before Hamazaki and the other guy ruined it with episode 4. According to my sources.
And then ruined it again with NGS.
Yeah.
And have continued to ruin it with everything since. If you believe the YouTube comments anyway.
Yeah.
Look, if I make up stuff, then it's clearly true.
Yeah. That's how it works.
What?
Really? That is the first time I've ever seen his arm regen again. Oh, is this team really that bad? Okay. I see what we're dealing with. I love it when he does this spin attack because with bounce I can just counter it constantly and just get about 6 counters on it.
Yeah. This will be so much smoother after New Year's. Not a big fan of yours, but being able to have more damage will speed us up so much.
Yeah, for sure. still love this fight. Yeah, you do realise it is such a different experience when you do it with a coordinated team and a pug.
Yeah. Watch him take 1 damage. And... yeah. Oh my god.
I still find it funny when people die of a tap attack even after you've made one on the corner surf. So now my next question is, do we think that this bug can do a big skip? I'm going to say probably not.
Probably not.
No, you'll get it, trust me.
Yeah.
Trust in the process. No, it's actually funny because sometimes when you have a really underpowered group, you can just get it through getting the break at a really good point.
Yeah. At some point, your break gauge catches up with the damage dealt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we were gonna get this. Especially since we have a bouncer.
I mean, you do. I mean, I don't know if I'm doing anything, but I'm here in spirit.
Well, you are increasing the down accumulations.
I'm actually doing something.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? Also, that sword attack where he sticks the swords out of the floor, I never get the timing for it. I think it's because when he sticks the swords out the ground, then he delays it a little bit before he slides them out. And it always messes the timing up for it.
All the stricken book.
Like, what do you mean he's going to delay it? Can't do that. So he's really only half health, huh? I glanced up at his health bar and I was expecting it to be a bit lower than that, but this is because I'm used to doing it in the Alliance runs, you see.
Yeah.
I did see an argument online, I can't remember where it was now, but someone was saying that Luther was far too tanky and had too much HP. I was thinking, I don't particularly agree with that. It feels like it takes a bit more punishment than some of the other Virgin Quest bosses, but I think he has a good amount of health.
Imagine if
He lasts
had...
long enough to...
Yeah.
I was going to say, he lasts long enough so you can actually experience the fight a bit.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're one of those 4-minute parties.
Yeah, imagine he had less HP. Those 4-minute parties were just like 3 minutes.
Getting the DPS skip would be so much easier on lower HP as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I am risking nothing on that nuke. I'm totally happy to just waste a PB just to not get nuked. Also, I realised something else about this fight last time I did this. You know how this phase, we said before, is kind of a reference to PSO1 Dark Falls?
Yeah.
When the little red mines appear, I didn't realise it actually makes the same noise as the mines from PSO as well.
Yeah.
I totally missed that. I don't know how I didn't notice it, but yeah, it makes exactly the same noise.
Yeah, they did mention that in the headline when they were talking about Luther, that they incorporated some elements from Dark Falls from PSO as well as the sound effects.
Yeah.
So
that might be because I normally have the Luth music on quite loud, so I may not have heard it in previous fights.
Yeah. So really, this is like a singular fight that celebrates a lot of PSO2 history.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
You have PSO2 by default, which is a given. You have Olga Flow, both in that one attack and in the leitmotif that's in the music.
Yeah.
And you also have like the original Dark Falls.
And I do like that the strat for this like rotating saw blade attack from PSO1 still works in PSO2.
We're approaching the third break, but the HP bar is nowhere near close.
Nice. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way in NGS how they can adjust the matchmaking so that you're more likely to get a ranger in a party. I don't know if it tries doing that already or...
Not that I'm aware of.
It would be nice because I feel it is such a huge difference if you do have a ranger that uses blight rounds. Well, there's another break.
Yeah.
Also, I have no idea when to transition over to attacking his beak. I know the rough HP, but I never know exactly when to do it.
The beak has like 6% HP because my max HP. So usually I try to switch over to him when he does the second what's it called? When he is like sticking his head out of the floor for the second time.
Yeah.
But that also requires your party to have some damage. Because he already did that for us.
Yeah, that unfortunately is not happening here. Yeah, there's a comment in chat about how light round rangers should be a given. You'd be surprised that I have had parties with rangers that just don't use blight rounds. So would you say about now for the bake, yeah?
Yeah. Ah. Yeah, we're not getting the big skip.
I think we may be slightly short of that.
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did a PB 2 afterburst because I saved 1 afterburst and Pinion Blade and it was still nowhere near.
Just need to get the new augments and carry, as always.
You will get yours and you will like it.
Well, I will get yours, but I won't like it.
Yeah. I have some Black Friday SGs, not SG, AC still on my account, so I'll throw some in there. But I'm not expecting too much.
I think that might be the first time I've seen someone die on this phase.
Not my first time.
Okay.
You'd be surprised how many people die here.
Again, maybe that's because I'm so used to doing alliance runs, but
Yeah.
I'm sheltered somewhat from the horror of public games.
Ah.
Yep. That tells you what you need to know there. I think I can spare a half doll.
What about the rest of the fight? Sky. You only get one.
I think I'll be okay. I think I've got hundreds of them in stash anyway.
Yeah.
Just never used.
If you ever feel worthless, remember, you can buy Escape Doll.
We did it.
Hooray! And we still have 3 minutes to start the second run. Let's hope this one goes better.
Hopefully you get a ranger on the next one.
Yeah. And
God, I hope so.
Oh, my material storage right now.
Yep, I got absolutely nothing.
Imagine if red drop rate worked like... Oh, if the quest takes longer, you get better red drop rate. Actually punishing people for playing well. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Don't you know, PSO2 became bad the second they started to power creep content, reducing the amount of stuff to do. Clearly, they should have implemented a level balancing feature to make everything always relevant. Yeah, you see, it works in Final Fantasy XIV because gear in Final Fantasy XIV doesn't matter.
Yeah, gear in FF is sterile. It's like an old FF player. It's the same thing.
Oh, we got no ranger again.
And someone dropped out as well.
Nice. Oh well. We'll make do.
So if we are having a bad Luther run, you're not alone.
We're all in this together.
Well, on the plus side, at least if there's only 7, at least he'll be scaled for 7.
Yeah. People are going after the clock when I open it. That's unfortunate.
I wonder with that if it's people who played PSO2 Classic and just have that sort of drilled into them.
Yeah, probably. For what's it's worth, we're getting better down accumulation so far.
That's good. It happens again.
Let him aura farm first before he falls on his knees like an old grandma.
I would prefer him to break a little bit later, because I didn't have Pinion or my Photon Boss charged. I'll just keep working on the arms, I think.
Yeah, same. Oh no! They broke the clock. Now I won't get any more downs.
Oh, ruined.
Yeah, it is ruined Dark Falls Reaper. That's correct. Imagine if they actually called them Ruined and not Ruina. It's like... my favorite boss from NGS washed Dark Falls.
Yeah, now it's ruined. For the sake of clarity, we should say this fight has not been ruined.
No.
This is a good fight.
I do know there's some people who like really don't like the Ruina variants of almost all bosses, but like, I don't know, outside of maybe Execore, I feel like all of them are pretty decent.
Yeah. There are some that, like, I definitely don't vibe with, but... like, most of them are pretty good. And then there's fucking V-Burst, which does nothing. Because it's V-Burst, so it does nothing.
Yet people somehow still die to its nuke in Lucille, or wherever it shows up. And I don't understand how. It gives you like a 10-year warning for the nuke. But yeah, people still die to it.
Still somehow see, yeah, people die to it, and it's like, God. I will say, some of the hate that I do see for, like, Ruinous enemies, it has purely just stemmed from, like, it's a PSO2 enemy, and they don't like the fact that PSO2 pandering is a thing in the game, and it's like, I mean, it's PSO2 NGS, it's not NGS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is literally a PSO2 game.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not.
I would understand more in the case of, like, Gal Griffin and whatnot. I mean, I hate Gal Griffin, so it's, like, a bit of bias there, but it makes a lot more sense for PSO2 enemies overall.
Yeah. Like, it is a sequel after all, so...
Yeah. And also, like, so many of them just got a new lease on life to actually feel good to play, so I'm really not complaining.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Anger Fandage, historically, like, really bad to play against because of its shield. Probably not gonna have it, so it's gonna feel really good to play against. And I always felt like it doesn't need much to be playable in NGS. It moves fast. It has big AoEs. It's definitely like a boss that can kill things in its current state. If just put in NGS.
So, do you think they'll get rid of the weapon resistance mechanic altogether in NGS then, or do you think they'll just limit it to maybe resisting one weapon?
Yeah, definitely removes it, like all entirely. Like,
actually, yeah, I guess they can't like, because of things like Worker.
It's kind of like PA Shield on Ruin Lufa. I don't think they're mechanics that really work in NGS. They barely worked in PSO2, but they definitely don't in NGS. Like, it's kind of like the artificial taking away of like your class's abilities that I don't like as well.
Yeah,
so it's kind of just like it's kind of just a lot of bad game design wrapped up in one. So I really hope we don't see it, but I have faith that we won't anyway.
Yeah, me neither.
I haven't made the mistake with Lufa.
Especially since I feel like NGS classes are more designed around if you wanna play mono weapon, you're more than viable to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do on Bouncer. I never use jet boots.
Yeah.
Like PSO2's early days, they were definitely pushing you to use multiple weapons, especially with how like the lack of mobility we had until episode 3.
Yeah.
But like after even episode 3, episode 4, like it didn't really matter if you played a single weapon. You could just do it. You had the mobility. You had all that. You can just do whatever you want. But like episode 1 and 2, definitely you needed to use multiple weapons, so you were not playing it properly.
Yeah. After episode 5, I think the only time you really need multiple weapons was like Phallic, Anga Fandash, and Extreme Quests. And that also only mattered if you want to do expert matching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they do with Flandage. It wasn't an enemy I particularly loved much in PSO2, but I'm interested to see how they change it up in NGS.
Yeah.
Same.
Like, one thing I'm really excited to see is the death fake out that it always did, where it, like, gets its additional armor and then just, like, does that. Also, hearing its theme again, there's no shot that it doesn't get its theme in NGS in some way, shape, or form. Like, Dio Hunal did, Mask did, Ruin Angel did. Like, for a lot more of the big boys like that, they've been doing their themes, and I would love to hear either a new rendition or just the same rendition again.
Am I right in thinking that Anga Fandage had 2 different forms in PSO2? Didn't it have like a dog version as well?
Yes,
yeah.
So it had the dog one, which used the same bones as Banser did, and then it had like the funny big boy mode where it's kind of just like the orb.
Maybe they'll give it a new form, actually.
Oh, that would be cool. Like, there's a lot they could do with it. It's really funny, though, that they announced Anga Fandage in that headline, because I was talking with someone and they were like, there's no way that Anga Fandage gets in, because we already have, like, so many different Dancer variants. And I was like, no, watch, it will happen. And then it happens. Like, the day after. God. I'm so happy to see him back, though.
Break is coming up, so I'm gonna save my PP. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe we should start working on the beak.
Yeah, sure.
Ah, or yeah, that works. That works.
And hopefully goes into break straight away. Nice.
Okay. Ah, that was very close. Wow.
Oh, not bad for a 7 out of 8 public game
Yeah.
with no ranger.
Yeah, if we had Ranger, that would have been it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another tiny detail that I really like is that the After Blast Echo works for Mars as well.
Okay.
So it's fun to see that these systems interact with each other, even though EX Stars was created as an answer to people not liking Mars.
Yeah. I'll be interested if we like get more EX styles in the future as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think a few more. Like, currently the ones we have, all things considered, are like pretty basic. But I do want to see some more like risk and reward ones, or just like complete and utter like lunacy ones, where it's just here's a funny RNG dependent one where it's like. God, I really want like a gambler type class in a PSO game. I think it would be really cool to see. So I don't know, put some of that into EX styles. It'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this group was better. Aww. Okay, let's see. Chat. No, it's skipped.
Yeah, we also had one dropout as well, yeah. 7 out of 8 party.
Yeah. Would have been funny if the guy who dropped out missed the chance to queue. Yeah. This is
Patient ampering.
This is why I don't drop out of MPAs, even if I notice that they are pretty bad. Oh, under PP amp. Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. Both get an ampering.
Oh, and also, Valve rifle.
Ooh. Those sell for like a decent bit now because of like legendary freeze. Have fun with that.
600k, yeah, not bad. Yeah, I usually don't quit runs even when they're bad, because I feel like quitting and requeuing is a bigger time loss than just sticking with the group that you already have.
Yeah.
And it's not like
And it kind of screws over the group as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's few instances where I'll like fully quit out
And it's not like
It's
we're talking
generally
about
worth
PSO2 Luthor, where like if you don't have Blight rounds and a Tector, the fight will just be by default 50 minutes long.
Yeah.
The one thing I miss is the spam amble combo text Resondia and Reverencia. Yeah, I do hope we will see simple compound techniques at some point, somewhere, somehow. even if they're Force exclusive, I feel like Force does need some more tools.
Yeah. I've been talking about this here and there, but I think giving Force exclusively simple compounds would be very nice for the class, especially depending on how they do it. I have like a little zany way of how I would do it personally, where it's like you cast one element and then you cast the other, and then you get to cast like the simple compound. I think that'd be neat, but that's just me. But like, I would like to see simple compounds in some form. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. These last one, no bummer since it takes too much time. Figurative and literally. Yeah, the last phase is like peak in terms of presentation and like the whole music being in this state of always ramping up even though it's on a loop. Like that's cool. But it's a lot of just waiting for him to charge up the attack, which is not exciting from gameplay standpoint.
Yeah, especially as the attacks that it throws out aren't interesting. They don't really hit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If we ever see a Malignant version or even a high version of him, I do hope that they overhaul the final phase to be a bit more engaging.
Yeah.
I do like, though, how there are lasers that you get to counter off. So there's a bit more like added skill expression there. Just want to push damage, which is very nice.
Yep.
Yeah, another use for Mars. Just Hydra counter the entire phase.
That stuff is really powerful. It's great.
Okay. But I would say that's enough for this month's ARKS launch. I really need to hurry and get to bed for tomorrow.
Well, same. I still need to pack more stuff and move.
Yeah. So, thank you for coming, everyone. I hope you guys had a great time. And Happy New Year, because that's tomorrow. Hope everybody has...
Happy New Year.
Yeah. I hope everybody got their New Year's resolutions prepared.
Nope.
Yep. I actually have, because it's something that I've been like trying to work on for a bit now, but it's kind of like wanting to work on it more. Being less abrasive is something that I've been, working on, and
Yeah.
It's been nice. So. Remember, you can never be too. Oh, I can't even word that properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can never be too kind. So.
Yeah. Happy Year's and New Year. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Year's, New Year.
Happy New Year's. Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe that's why they're called that.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, I need to affix 4 of those things.
I am not looking forward to seeing my Meseta disappear into thin air.
Thankfully, I don't invest in a deft parfaits, so I'm good.
Yeah.
I invest in like stat parfaits, so I'm kind of not good in that regard. It'll be like 10 million each.
I
So,
feel like
oof.
the death parfaits are such a scam, honestly.
Yeah,
It's like you
definitely.
get 1% damage variance, which is nice, but like it's so negligible. It'll only matter if you like ARKS records
Yeah.
hunting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall, HP, big, good.
Yes. Big HP.
But just, I hope everyone has a happy new year, and,
Yeah.
We'll see what next year gives us all.
Yes. We'll see you guys next year when it's time to talk about Neon City. Because like it's
Yeah.
funny how Neon City was the thing they ended the previous headline on, and now this headline they basically don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And nobody cares even. Like, oh yeah, Neon City. Anyway, look at this stuff.
Anyway, ooh, field area. Ooh, new field area. Ooh, story.
I'll see you guys next year. Bye.
Yeah, see you guys.
Ciao for now.